So guys, like I said, we're going to talk about the 5 steps to launch a successful e-commerce business in 2016. And the roadmap I'm going to give you today is going to really help you to be successful in this business. I'm not going to say that, this is a bulletproof system or anything like this. This isn't even a secret system or a proprietary system. This is just how every successful e-commerce business comes into being. And through working in e-commerce over the past 15 years and having worked with so many other e-commerce businesses over the years, I've seen a lot of patterns, a lot of common elements that really make or break these new e-commerce businesses. I'm sure it's no surprise to you that 95% of e-commerce entrepreneurs fail. The majority of new businesses and new entrepreneurs fail. So just using this system I'm going to give you today, this is what's used by the best 1% of e-commerce sellers. This is how they hit these extreme levels of success. And again, just following this roadmap today is going to make you 7 times more likely to succeed when building your own e-commerce business. And it's really going to help you to be, the difference. This could be the deciding element between if your e-commerce business looks like something on the left here where it's just a disaster, or if you're the next company on Shark Tank. Because, guys, I know a lot of us love Shark Tank. I love Shark Tank as well. Every single business on Shark Tank is using the exact business model I'm about to show you. So, again, it's very, very possible for you to execute on this business, execute on this action plan I'm going to give you, and actually have a chance at being the next company on Shark Tank. So let's get into it, guys. And I know there's a ton of webinars out there and just tons of videos, and especially with e-commerce just growing as quickly as it is right now, lots of internet marketers trying to get you on their webinars and things like that. So I want to make a promise to you guys. I'm not an internet marketer. I'm an e-commerce entrepreneur, and I want to make this promise to you just so you know that this webinar is, I hope, going to be one of the most valuable webinars you've ever seen before. This is going to be very, very different from any webinar you've seen before. Again, I am not an internet marketer. I am an e-commerce entrepreneur. So I'm going to show you exactly how I built my e-commerce empire and how you can do the same for yourself, and basically the roadmap and the game plan that I would recommend for you, and the same one I would follow if I was just starting out again. So guys, here's my official promise to you today. I, Will Mitchell, promise to share with you the exact business model that allows us to earn over $7.8 million a year with e-commerce. I promise by the end of this webinar, you'll be able to run this exact business model yourself within 24 hours of the webinar ending. I promise to show you how this business model will allow you to generate over $2,000 a month, consistently growing each month. And I also promise you more fun out of life and the ability to provide yourself and your family with everything you want out of life through living this entrepreneurial lifestyle. And again, guys, I know that is about as bold as a promise could get, and I acknowledge that. It's a very bold promise, but guys, the crazy thing is I'm actually going to keep it for you today, and I think by the end of today's short presentation, you're going to agree that this is going to be one of the most valuable webinars you've ever seen. So guys, I know a lot of people just come for the prizes. We always love to do prizes for everyone that shows up live here. Just appreciate you guys, spending the time with us. So guys, here's how the prizes work. You guys actually decide what the prizes are today. So if you just head to startupbros.com/prizes, that's going to take you to the Startup Bros Facebook page. So just go to startupbros.com/prizes. That's going to take you to the Startup Bros Facebook page. Looks like we have about 900 likes on this right now. And guys, the way the giveaways work and the prizes work, if we get 25 shares on that post during today's call, we're going to give away a free Kindle Paperweight to someone here live today. If we get up to 50 shares on that, we're going to throw in on top of the Kindle 4 $100 Amazon gift cards. So that's 4 separate $100 Amazon gift cards. That does mean, just 50 shares, guys. We're actually going to, 4 people here are actually going to walk away $100 richer than before the webinar. And that's pretty awesome for a webinar, in my opinion. So 100 shares, we're actually going to throw in an Apple Watch Sport. And if you guys can get up to 150 shares with that, we're actually going to throw in an additional Apple Watch Sport. So guys, you have your chance here at over $1,000 in free prizes over the next couple hours with me. All you have to do is go to startupbros.com/prizes, share that post. And again, guys, we're going to come back at various points in today's presentation and actually do trivia questions. So the people that are paying attention and taking notes, not only are you going to get the most value out of today's presentation, but you're also going to have the best chance of winning these prizes once we get to the trivia section. That being said, guys, once you go and share that and everything, I'd really encourage you to enter the anti-distraction zone with me today. Shut down the Facebook, turn off the phone, or at least turn it over, and get ready to take some notes. Because the number one thing we hear about this presentation is that people just can't take notes quick enough. And we're not going to be able to go back and cover things again. This is a very fast-paced and value-packed presentation. And guys, it's not just important to me that you pay attention today. You've raised your hand and told me that this is important to you as well. So why don't we get serious about our lives and our businesses for a second, invest a little bit of time to change your life forever over the next couple hours. So guys, I really hope that you take this to heart and enter the anti-distraction zone with me. Let's get the most value possible out of our short time together here today. So let's get into it, guys. The first thing we have to talk about is the just e-commerce opportunity. E-commerce is experiencing explosive growth right now. Some of the fastest growth that we've ever seen in the history of humanity is happening in e-commerce right now. So it's really a gold rush style opportunity. And again, guys, I understand that this can sound hypey and things like that. But guys, this is not something I can lie about, right? Amazon is up over 1,500% since 2008 alone. So in just 6 years, Amazon is 15 times bigger than it once was. If we go look at Amazon's stock price, guys, look at this kind of where have you seen this kind of action before? You're looking at a business that, let's look in 2008 was worth what? Let's see. In 2008, Amazon was worth, about $50 a share. Today, they're worth about $575 a share. So we're literally seeing the kind of growth that just hasn't existed in the history of humanity before. We haven't seen this kind of growth since the dot-com boom itself. Just to give you an idea of how fast these companies are growing, Amazon is 2 times bigger than it was just last December. Just last December. So guys, Amazon just in the last 12 months has grown twice as big as it was. Okay, so this kind of growth literally has not been seen before. This is, startup style growth in a $300 billion company. Outside of Amazon, we see e-commerce IPO fever, right? We see Etsy, Shopify, Alibaba. Guys, the largest company to ever go public in the United States was a Chinese company called Alibaba. That's how crazy the e-commerce revolution is right now and how big it is. So this is, just huge. Huge companies right now rebuilding themselves around e-commerce. Back in the day, social media was the next big thing, right? But now that e-commerce is the next big thing, we're seeing those old social media companies actually rebuild their businesses around small e-commerce sellers like yourselves. We see Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Google, even Twitter has now added a buy it now button. That's how big the e-commerce revolution is, guys. Any big multi-billion-dollar business that doesn't pay attention to e-commerce right now is being left in the dust. So even the largest companies in the world are having to rebuild their businesses around small e-commerce sellers such as yourselves. Everybody in e-commerce is growing like crazy. And I promise you guys, it's not because the best and the brightest minds in the world just decided to start working on e-commerce. It's because e-commerce is just growing like crazy. This is the e-commerce revolution. I'm sure you guys have heard the term or the quote, a rising tide raises all ships. And that's exactly what's happening in e-commerce right now. Anybody who has anything to do with e-commerce is experiencing explosive growth. And just to top it off, look at Shark Tank, guys. The Shark Tank TV show has been around for over 10 years now. It used to be called Dragon's Den, and nobody cared about it. But just in the last few years, Shark Tank has exploded to become one of the most popular TV shows around today. And guys, every single business on Shark Tank is using the exact same business model as you. So if you want to be the next business on Shark Tank, I promise you it's more than possible. I would argue that it's never been easier to start your own e-commerce business and have a respectable brand that could actually get on Shark Tank. So super quick dabble into my story, guys. I know you didn't come here to hear about me today, so I'm just going to run right through this so we can get into the training. I was born into a really poor family. My parents were 17 when they had me. And by the time I was 7 years old, I'd seen my parents start and sell their first company. So I kind of saw firsthand the power of entrepreneurship. And I knew in my bones that the only career path for me was to be an entrepreneur. That's all I knew. So, 12, 13 years old, I'm going to school every day and trying to learn all this stuff. But I would come home every day and hear stories about my parents actually out there living the life I wanted to live. And I just didn't understand how school was going to help me be a successful entrepreneur. So already at 12 or 13 years old, I had already decided that school was bad for me as an entrepreneur. I started skipping school as often as I could. My senior year of high school, I actually missed 97 out of 180 days of school. So I just started skipping school and trying every single business model I could find, everything you could think of, SEO, affiliate marketing, Facebook ads, like anything you can think of. I've definitely tried it and probably failed at it. I had no idea what I was doing. I had absolutely no business skills, no business connections. I always say I had no business being in business. All I really knew was that I was going to be a successful entrepreneur. That's all I knew in my bones. So one day, how I actually got into e-commerce, my dad went out to buy a car one day, and he was talking to his car dealer, and his car dealer told him this story about this 17-year-old kid who came in the day before and bought a $100,000 Mercedes with cash, just wrote a check out the door. And the car dealer asked the kid, how in the hell do you have enough money at 17 years old to buy a Mercedes with cash, just write a check for it? And the kid basically said, hey, listen, man, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, but I started importing counterfeit hair straighteners 3 months ago, and I'm making more money than I know what to do with. I'm making money hand over fist. So my dad came home after hearing this story and, walked to my room, gave it a knock, and said, basically, hey, Will, you're not going to school. Might as well try this business model because it's working for this other 17-year-old kid. So that's how I actually got into importing and e-commerce. And guys, I want to really make it known to you, and you really need to understand how possible it is for you to build this business yourself. Guys, if this little 13-year-old snot-nosed kid with a horrible fashion sense could figure out how to build this business, I absolutely guarantee you can too. It's easier than ever to do it right now. And yeah, so this is me at 13 years old when I got started in e-commerce. Again, guys, if anyone thinks that they will have any trouble at all building this business, I disagree. I mean, if I figured it out at 13 years old, I think you're definitely smarter than this snot-nosed kid with a horrible fashion sense here. So my first big money maker, and I'm not too proud of it, but I do want to be transparent and honest with you today. Counterfeits were my first big money maker, right? Because that's what I heard. The 17-year-old kid, counterfeit hair straighteners. So I went straight into the counterfeits, just followed him in, and it started working really well. I started with fake Chanel purses and Gucci purses and things like that, and really quickly expanded into pretty much anything I could get my hands on. Purses, wallets, sunglasses, shoes, belts, workout guides. Basically, if they made a counterfeit version of it, I definitely tried to import it and sell it. And I was living on cloud nine here. I thought I'd made it, right? I finally got there. I was a successful entrepreneur at 15 years old. And then I walked out to the mailbox one day, and there it was, the death sentence for my business. It was the old cease and desist. And for anyone who doesn't know what a cease and desist is, essentially if you're selling fake Nike goods or something and Nike finds out, their lawyers are going to send you a cease and desist. And it's basically going to say, hey, stop selling fake Nike stuff or else we're going to sue the living daylights out of you. So I went ahead, I was smart, and I stopped selling the counterfeits right there and then. I actually still have a bunch of counterfeit inventory in my garage. So if anyone's in the area of the StartupBros offices, definitely feel free to stop by and grab a fake Chanel purse or something. So after I had success with counterfeits and it got shut down, I said, listen, I already had success in e-commerce. I know this business model works. I'm going to try going legit with this thing. And I thought it would be a cakewalk because I had already had success in e-commerce, right? Ended up being a lot more difficult than I thought. Hundreds of hours of research, just skipping school all the time to research products and build my e-commerce business. Like I said before, I ended up missing 97 out of 180 days of high school. So quite literally sacrificed my educational career to figure out how to run an e-commerce business. I tapped into every secret I could find. Anyone who had any advice on what to do, I would plug it into my business and tweak it, test it, optimize it. I always say I was kind of like a mad scientist, just sitting in my room all day, every day, trying to figure out how I was going to make this business work. So obviously I figured it out eventually, but lots of mistakes and setbacks along the way. And the important thing was I learned from each and every one of them. So guys, we're actually going to go over in a few minutes what actually makes a good product versus a bad product. But hopefully this will start to give you a good idea of some products that you should avoid. So my first really bad product were these patio furniture sets. And these were the first product I found that had what I call the phantom margin effect. And the phantom margin effect essentially means that this product looked like a slam dunk on paper. But when it came time to actually ship this thing around the world, it was an absolute nightmare. So what happened with these, they looked awesome. I got 10 samples of them, sold all 10 really quickly, and 8 of them went really well. But 2 of them actually got damaged in shipping. So now, not only did I have to pay for the patio furniture set and get it from China to me, to my customer, but now with these 2 damaged orders, I had to get their patio furniture sets back and then get a new one to them. So any product like this that's really heavy, bulky, and expensive to ship is going to have that phantom margin effect, and just 1 or 2 returns or damaged orders are going to completely eat up all of your profit margin. So stay away from heavy, bulky, and expensive to ship items. So after the patio furniture set, I said, okay, I'm not doing anything heavy ever again. What's the lightest thing I could find? And I found these mattress sheets, and I said these, could be a slam dunk as well. I ordered 10 of them, and I was 16 or something at the time, and a 16-year-old kid testing samples of sheets was basically me opening them up, throwing them on the bed, rolling around a little bit, and saying, okay, yep, these are sheets. So I went ahead and sold all 10, went really well again. But I didn't get any feedback from my customers. So I waited a few days and still no feedback. So eventually I said, all right, I'm just going to go buy 100 of these things because they must be good. Who leaves reviews about sheets? So the day I ordered the 100, just literally an hour after I ordered the 100 sheets, I started getting all this bad feedback from those original 10. And what had happened was the first time that anybody washed these sheets, the colors just leaked everywhere and ruined everything else in the wash with it. So this was a horrible product. I got stuck with a bunch of bad inventory. And the lesson you can learn here, guys, is you want to actually let your customers test your samples, right? You don't want to test your samples yourself. You don't want to give them to friends and family, because friends and family and yourself are not going to have the same quality expectations on that item as a real customer would. So sell your samples to real customers and let them do the testing for you. Now, after this, I went into these Yes We Cannabis shirts, and these were just such a slam dunk in my mind that I didn't even have to test these things, right? We just went out and bought 1,000 of them right off the bat, and we sold about 200 of them really, really quickly. So we thought this was going to go great, but right after those 200 had sold, everything just stopped. And what we learned here, guys, is, and this is going to happen in any business, the more sales you're making, the more sales volume you have, the more expensive those sales are to make. And what we learned here, and this is the same thing we tell our clients now, and the same thing I would recommend for you, the quickest way to grow this business is counterintuitively to grow slow. The actual growth curve that you want to follow is start with 5 to 10 samples, then go to, 25 to 50 units, 50 to 100, 100 to 250, and then the sky's the limit. But the quickest way to grow this business is to grow slow, and most people just starting out don't know that. And then another really bad product I have were these counterfeit iPhones. Guys, I wouldn't recommend you go for any counterfeits at all. It's a very short-term business model. It's obviously illegal, and it's definitely much harder to do now than it ever has been before. So stay away from trademark goods and counterfeits. And I would also recommend that if you're just starting out, you should stay away from electronics as well. Wait until your second, third, maybe even fourth product to do electronics. So eventually success started to happen for me, and luckily because I was running out of counterfeit money, right? The first really successful product I found were these motivational pillows. And these were awesome because not only could my supplier pack these things up and ship them really cheaply, but it was really cheap for me to make a bunch of different product variations. All I needed was a different quote, and I just print the quote on there, and I had a new product, right? So this was a great product. After that, I went into decorative knives and Damascus steel swords and katanas and samurai stuff and all this stuff. Not sure how I didn't lose a finger, but had a lot of fun doing it and made a bunch of money doing it. One really good product I had were these LED light bulbs. And you guys can definitely learn something here. We always tell our clients, the trend is your friend. Look for those trends and ride those trends. For instance, when the iPhone 7 comes out, there's going to be 100 million people in the same month that need an iPhone 7 case. But after those 100 million people buy an iPhone 7 case, they're going to be out of the market forever. So anytime you have a market like that where there's just a huge influx of buyers coming in, look for those trends and ride those trends. So my first slam dunk product were these electronic airsoft guns, and this was the first one I did. This is the M85P electronic airsoft gun, but eventually I expanded into all sorts of different airsoft guns. And here's what happened to me, guys, and I think, it's the same thing that happens to all of our clients, and I think it's going to be the same thing that happens to you. You're going to be selling a bunch of different products, completely unrelated. And then one day you're going to stumble over a product like these airsoft guns, and you're going to start getting all these messages from your customers saying, hey, I bought an airsoft gun from you. Now I want an airsoft pistol and a holster and another airsoft gun and airsoft BBs and a mask and all these different things. So what actually happened here was I was selling a ton of different products, but I was just getting flooded with questions with people that wanted to give me money for more airsoft stuff. So eventually I stopped selling all these other items and just focused on building a big, profitable airsoft brand. And it was pretty awesome. By the time I was 17 years old, I think we had, 15 different guns and all sorts of different accessories and masks and all sorts of stuff. So that was a ton of fun. So some stats from my teenage e-commerce years, guys. Again, on the counterfeits, I made about 60 grand in profit. Again, I would encourage you to stay out of counterfeits. I definitely got lucky there. Definitely stay out of counterfeits now. My first legitimate product were the motivational pillows. Made about 27 grand a year in profit on those. My second legitimate product were the knives and swords and things like that. Made just north of 50 grand a year in profit on those. And then my third legitimate product, I just dropped all my other products and just focused on my airsoft brand. It says over 100 grand a year here. We almost got to about 200 grand a year in profit on that airsoft brand. And guys, the really interesting thing was, and the same thing happens for our clients. I think the same thing will happen for you. You're gonna, go through and find some bad products. Everyone does, right? When you're first starting out. But once you find your first good product, everything else just kind of clicks. And after that, you can find good product after good product. It's like riding a bike. After you figure out how to laser target and find these hot products, it's just automatic. You can't forget it. So everyone always asks me, what happened to your airsoft business? In 2007, China actually banned the export of weapon lookalikes, and obviously airsoft guns were a weapon lookalike. So basically at the swipe of a pen, China shut down my airsoft business. Here's a picture here of the Chinese government just steamrolling a bunch of these airsoft pistols. I'm sure a few of those might even be mine. So this was kind of the end of my airsoft business, and yeah, so after that, this kind of got shut down by the Chinese government, and at that time, social media was the next big thing, right? So at that point, I went and tried to launch my own social media business, helped launch a company called Affluence.org. It's a social network exclusively for the ultra wealthy. And we ended up taking that company public about a year and a half after we started it. So super successful company and super successful exit. After that, we rolled the profits from that IPO into acquiring our first e-commerce company. Acquired our first e-commerce company in 2008 for $2 million. Today, that company is worth over $20 million. We have 50 full-time staff members. We currently sell 300 different products from 10 different brands now. We just added another one. And we just recently became the largest professional organic beauty distributor in North America. So we are quite legitimately a big player these days in the e-commerce market. And, when we first got involved in that business, there were, other investors and things like that. It was a big deal. And I think you guys could probably relate to this. As entrepreneurs, we always have these ideas, right? We're just constantly coming up with ideas, and we really want to see those ideas put into action. We want to see them implemented. So when we got involved in this business, we still wanted to do that, but we weren't really able to just do whatever business we wanted anymore. So we ended up starting a website called StartupBros, and it was basically our personal blog where we could kind of share the experiences we're having in our businesses and connect with other entrepreneurs and make some more entrepreneur friends. So this was the business, and it was really interesting. In about 2012, 2013, started getting a bunch of emails from people asking if I knew anything about importing and e-commerce, and I said, yeah, absolutely, I do. And instead of responding to all these emails, I just wrote a blog post. And guys, this blog post has absolutely blown up beyond our wildest dreams. If you Google import from China now, we're not the first thing that comes up. We're actually the first 4 things that come up. So for the first 4 things that come up when you Google import from China are our guides on how to build these e-commerce businesses. So we always tell people, you know, we kind of accidentally wrote the book on how to launch a successful e-commerce brand. So we spend a lot of time in that business these days. We're no longer involved in the day-to-day of our e-commerce business. That's a very big company now. So we really advise and help, you know, guide the strategy in that company. But most of our day-to-day now is in StartupBros, and we love helping other people launch and build their e-commerce brands as well. You know, here's a picture of us just last October. We took 30 clients to China for 30 days and just took them all around the country, introducing them to, you know, factories, suppliers, went to the Canton Fair, and just helped them grow their businesses in general, and had a ton of fun doing that. And this thing has just continued to blow up, guys. This is all from one blog post that has completely blown up. So now we actually have our conference. We do a 500-person conference every year. Next year it could hit up to 1,000 people, and we just get really the titans of the e-commerce industry to come and show us behind the scenes what's working in their e-commerce businesses, what's driving their growth, so we can apply those same growth tactics to our own e-commerce businesses. And at our last conference, we actually had a big surprise. We had Damon John from ABC Shark Tank join us, and he had an awesome time. You can see us hanging out with Damon John here. Yeah, great time with him. And here's he actually took a selfie with our crowd and all of us. And I love this picture because you can see just the diversity of how many people are having success with this business model right now. Guys, it's people from all walks of life. Again, if I could figure this out at 13 years old, I'm absolutely certain that you can too. But look at this, guys. People from all over the world, men, women, small, tall, young, old. It does not matter because e-commerce is exploding beyond anyone's wildest dreams, and it is a huge opportunity. Like I said, a rising tide raises all ships, and everyone in e-commerce is experiencing explosive growth right now. And guys, it's all about using this proven system. Again, this isn't anything special I'm going to show you tonight. All I'm going to show you is how successful e-commerce business come into being, okay, and how you can launch these things for yourself. It's not complicated. It's not some secret method. This is just the only way e-commerce businesses can be built. So guys, let's get into it here and have some fun. So why are private label and FBA so hot right now? Why is e-commerce in general so hot right now? What's actually happening, guys? There's about 5 or 6 different economic trends that are converging right now to create pretty much the most lucrative business opportunity that we've seen since the dot-com boom itself. So let's talk about some of the major economic trends that are causing this explosive growth in e-commerce right now. You know, these days you don't have to hold or even touch your inventory. Back in the day, you know, when I was running my airsoft business, yeah, lots of fun to sell hundreds of items a day online. Not as fun to go around and ship 100 items out a day, right? And that was my whole life back then. But it's completely different now, guys. In about 2008, 2009, fulfillment centers started blowing up like crazy. And fulfillment centers are essentially a warehouse that acts as your warehouse. So they'll hold your inventory for you. They'll do all the shipping to your customers, and they'll handle your returns, your damaged items. They'll act like your warehouse. So it's amazing, guys. These days you don't have to hold your inventory. I've seen people make millions of dollars a year with e-commerce that have never even touched their inventory. All you have to do is set up a simple supply chain. Your fulfillment center is going to constantly work for you, no matter where you are at. Consumers these days are really into trendy, unique, personalized products. You know, guys, 2 years ago when I used to talk to people about this, the number one thing I used to hear is, how am I supposed to compete with Walmart? Guys, Walmart is getting their ass kicked by you right now. That's the best part about this. Walmart, let's go look at Walmart's stock price. Walmart is freaking out right now because they can't figure out how to compete with you. They can't figure out how to compete with these small e-commerce brands. And because of that, over the past year, Walmart has lost 30% of its value. So Walmart is 30% smaller than it was a year ago today because of you guys, because consumers right now do not want to go buy some generic piece of crap from Walmart. They would much rather spend some time searching online and find your awesome personalized e-commerce brand. And then they get to buy your products and show it off to their friends and say, look at this awesome brand I found. Guys, this is the reason Shark Tank is blowing up right now. It's not because Shark Tank found some cool marketing method or anything like that. It's because e-commerce is blowing up and consumers love small e-commerce brands and small e-commerce sellers exactly like you. That's why Shark Tank blew up, and that's why Walmart can't compete with you anymore. You know, back in the day when I wanted to get something done in China, I had to literally fly to China, hire a translator, and start knocking on doors. It is a completely different atmosphere now. Like I said, guys, the largest company to go public in the US markets ever is Alibaba, a Chinese company for finding suppliers. So, you know, back in the day, again, it was so hard to find suppliers. You really had to work to find a good supplier. Today, it is absolutely 100% the opposite of that. Every single supplier in the world is on Alibaba, and they have an English-speaking agent waiting to do business with you right now. So this has created an atmosphere where suppliers are competing for your business, and it makes it really simple to work out those special deals, whether it be custom packaging, whatever it is, really, really easy to work out those deals these days. And perhaps the biggest shift of all, guys, is that it's easier than ever to sell lots of stuff online. Amazon is a $300 billion company that's experiencing 20% year-over-year growth, guys. This kind of growth has not been seen since the internet actually came out, since the dot-com boom itself. So, guys, this is just a massive opportunity right now. This kind of growth will not happen again for a long time, and it's just amazing to me, guys. 25 cents out of every dollar of retail spending now is on Amazon. Absolutely incredible. And 51 cents is on e-commerce. So it's really a whole new world than it even was back in 2008, 2009. I know you guys are trendsetters. You guys have known about e-commerce for a long time, but you have to understand that the little grandma from Nebraska is just now realizing how amazing and safe e-commerce is. It's just now hitting the mainstream. So, guys, let's get into the actual step-by-step strategy here. I'll talk to you and show you how you can actually launch one of these businesses for yourself. Please keep in mind as I'm showing you this strategy, baby steps, right? You don't want to go too fast. The only way you can screw up in this business model is not going step by step. If you try to jump too far ahead in the process, you're going to get frustrated, overwhelmed, and lost. So make sure you take baby steps and just follow the step-by-step process I'm going to give you today. And on the flip side of that, overthinking is not a requirement, okay? Don't scare yourself into not taking action, because taking action is the only way you're going to transform your life and your business. So, guys, don't overthink this. I'm going to give you every single piece of the puzzle here today. So get out there and take some action and transform your life and your business. So 6 myths you need to get out of your head, and these are the #1 excuses that people give for themselves to not take action and to not change their lives. #1 thing I hear all the time, and this isn't just in e-commerce, this is in every business I've ever been in, people always think that there's too much competition to get started. Guys, there has never been a time in history when this statement is less true. I cannot emphasize enough how untrue this statement is right here. There is absolutely not too much competition to get started. We're actually in a situation right now where there's not enough competition. There are too many buyers and not enough sellers. And because of that, consumers are paying the price. There's bad e-commerce brands out there that are making millions of dollars a year because there's not enough sellers. We need more competition. We're being flooded in buyers right now. Guys, just to give you an idea, this December alone, so just last month, Amazon added 23 million new Amazon Prime subscribers, okay? 23 million. So that's not 23 million new customers. That's 23 million people that bought a membership to be a regular customer at Amazon, okay? So if Amazon added 23 million new regular customers in December alone, how many sellers do you think entered the market in December? Maybe a few thousand. So if a few thousand sellers entered the market, at the same time 23 million regular buyers entered the market, that should just give you an idea of the disproportionate influx of buyers that we're seeing right now. We are seeing an absolute torrent, an absolute just tsunami of buyers in the e-commerce market right now. And like I said, there's not enough competition, and consumers are paying the price right now. There are bad e-commerce brands out there that are making millions of dollars a year because you haven't started your e-commerce brand yet. And everyone would love to buy yours, but it's just not out there yet. So, guys, absolutely, there's not too much competition to get started. This has never been less true. A lot of people think you need a lot of money to get started. Absolutely not true as well. Guys, it doesn't matter if you have $200 or $200,000. it does not change that growth curve we gave you, right? The proper growth curve is start with 5 to 10 samples, then go to 25, 50 units, 50, 100 units, 100, 250, and then the sky's the limit. It does not matter if you have $200 or $200,000. It's not going to change that growth curve. The quickest way to grow this business is to grow slow, and absolutely you do not need a lot of money to get started. A lot of people think you have to handle your own shipping and inventory. Like we talked about, fulfillment centers have completely changed this. No reason to handle your own shipping and inventory now. Your fulfillment center will do that for you. A lot of people think you have to travel overseas to get the best deals. Like we talked about, every supplier in the world is on Alibaba with an English-speaking agent just waiting to do business with you right now. A lot of people think you have to live in the U.S. to be successful with this business model. Absolutely not true, guys. We have clients from all over the world having success with this business model right now. People from Colombia, from Guatemala, from Panama, from Thailand. I can go down the list, guys. We have successful clients from over 80 different countries selling products within the U.S. It does not matter where you're at in the world, because all you're going to do is set up a very simple supply chain, right? All we're doing is setting up a supply chain so your supplier is going to ship to your fulfillment center, is going to ship to your end customer. So it does not matter where you're at in the world, if you're in Florida or if you're in Antarctica or if you're on the moon. It doesn't matter where you're at, because your supply chain is going to operate independently of you no matter where you're at in the world. So absolutely, you do not have to live in the U.S. to be successful with this business model. You can have a successful e-commerce business selling products within the U.S. to U.S.-based customers, never even stepping foot in the U.S. A lot of people think importing an international business are very risky. I'm actually of the opinion that this is one of the least risky business models out there, and I've tried a lot of them. Guys, with this, if I'm trying Facebook ads or something and I screw up, if I spend $100 on Facebook ads and I screw up, $100 out the door, gone, right? Poof, into thin air. With what we're doing here, though, with e-commerce, we're buying physical products. So it's almost impossible to take an absolute loss in this business. The worst case scenario is that we're going to have to discount our products a little bit and sell it at a discount. So it's actually almost impossible to take an absolute loss in e-commerce. And for that reason, I think that this is one of the least risky business models out there today. Cool, guys, so let's get into the actual step-by-step process here. First thing I'm going to show you is how you can find a killer product. I'm actually going to take you through, give you our client product research workbook, so you'll be able to streamline your entire product research with that tool. And I'll show you exactly how I do it, how I find killer products, and we'll even do some product research here live together today. After that, I'm going to show you how to find a reliable supplier. I'm also going to give you some negotiation hacks and some negotiation scripts you can use to make sure that you're always on the right foot with your supplier, always positioning yourself as a huge opportunity for that supplier. I'll also show you how you can negotiate lower prices and lower minimum order quantities even on your first sample order with that supplier. I'll also show you how to actually order the samples, how to scam-proof yourself and your business, and also I'll simplify the entire shipping process in this business, because for some reason people really overcomplicate shipping. You're going to be amazed when you see just how simple it is. And then I'll finally show you how to sell your products. We'll talk about all the different ways to sell your products, what's growing, what's shrinking, and what the most effective ways to sell your product are from our e-commerce businesses right now, what's working for us. I'll also show you how to rapidly grow your business. Today's really going to be focused on launching an e-commerce business, but after your e-commerce business is up and running, you're going to have to switch your mindset a little bit and think about that rapid growth strategy. So I'll show you the rapid growth strategy and show you how that differs from the launch. Cool, guys. So step one is finding a killer product. So first things first, let's talk about what actually makes a good product, right? Good products tend to be small, light, and simple to ship and cheap to ship. I always say if I can pick it up and toss it around with my hands and not really worry about it breaking, then it's probably good to go. You want to make sure your product's selling between $7 and $200. Now, if you want to hit a really rapid growth curve and have a business that makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning excited to work on it, then you want to aim for these startup sweet spots, because the startup sweet spots are something we developed for our clients to help them hit a rapid growth curve. Because, our businesses, we don't like little businesses that just kind of clamor around, right? We want to see businesses that have exponential, explosive growth curves. So hitting these startup sweet spots is going to help you and your business hit that exponential growth curve. So the startup sweet spot for sell price is $10 to $50. You want to make sure your product is selling between $10 and $50. The reason for that, at $10, your shipping costs aren't going to destroy your profit margins. So to give you an example, if you could buy a bunch of sunglasses at $3 a piece and sell them for $6 a piece, a lot of people just starting out would think that's awesome, right? But the truth of the matter is, even if you're selling your sunglasses at $6 a piece, it's going to cost you $5 or $6 just to ship those things out. So you have to make sure that your product's selling for at least $10. That way your shipping cost isn't going to eat into your profit margin. And then on the high end of that, at $50, it's not going to require a ton of buying power to get started. To buy 10 units of a $50 product, that's pretty doable, right? But to buy 10 units of a $200 product, that becomes a pretty significant investment. So again, if you're just starting out, or if you want to hit that rapid exponential growth curve, make sure your product is hitting that startup sweet spot. Make sure it's selling between $10 and $50. You want to make sure your product has a consistent stream of buyers. You don't want to sell Halloween costumes, right? Because that's only going to sell for 1 month in October. So any product with heavy seasonality, you want to avoid those. And then the whole foundation that your product is built on, and really your whole business is built on, is good margins, right? You got to have good margins. So most people will recommend a 50% margin. A 50% margin is 2 times your cost. So if I'm buying something for $10, I'm selling it at $20. Guys, I would actually recommend that everybody here avoid 50% margin like the plague. I call 50% margin the place that good entrepreneurs go to die. I've seen so many good entrepreneurs waste years of their lives trying to build a business on a product with 50% margin, only to discover that it can't be done. You cannot build a sellable business on 50% margin. Now, your startup sweet spot for margin is actually 67% margin. At 67% margin, that's going to be 3 times your cost. Now you've hit that exponential growth curve, because if I'm buying a product at $20 and selling it at $60, now not only do I have the money to afford the cost of goods sold and the fees and the shipping and all those things, but now I'm going to have money left over for ad spend. And when I can put money into ad spend and promotions, that's where I can hit really exponential, explosive growth in my business. So guys, those are your startup sweet spots. Make sure your product's selling between $10 and $50, and make sure you're hitting a 67% margin if you want to have a successful company. So if that's what makes good products, what makes a bad product? Bad products tend to be pretty much the exact opposite. They're heavy, bulky, hard to ship, expensive to ship. These are the things that have that phantom margin effect, right? So like patio furniture sets. Think about a dumbbell, right? A 50-pound weight is really cheap to make, but really expensive to ship. And that's why we want to avoid heavy, bulky, expensive to ship items. All of our money is going to get eaten up in shipping. So avoid that. You also want to avoid products that are technically complex and require, high, precision engineering and things like that. We want products with a high air tolerance, right? So think about an engine. If we're buying car engines, that has a very low air tolerance, because if one little piece of metal goes on in that engine, the whole engine's going to explode and we're going to be out an entire engine, right? We can't repair it or anything like that. So that has a low air tolerance. Compare that to something like a t-shirt or a bottle or something like that, right? If something goes wrong, we can probably fix it relatively cheaply or just sell it at a discount. So that has a high air tolerance. You want your products to have that high air tolerance. You also want to avoid markets with a lot of brand loyalty. If your next big idea is to start selling toothpaste or something like that, it's going to be really expensive to get customers away from Crest and Colgate and the big toothpaste companies, right? So any market with a lot of brand loyalty is going to have a very high cost per customer acquisition, and that's something we want to avoid. And then you also want to avoid trademark goods. Very easy to do that. Obviously, don't do counterfeits, guys. You also want to avoid highly regulated goods. If your next big idea is to start selling, missile launchers, I promise you're going to have a ton of regulatory headaches trying to bring those into the country. So avoid any highly regulated good as well. Cool, guys. So we're actually going to do some product research together live here today. I have a free little gift for you guys just for being here. No email opt-in required or anything like that, guys. Just head to startupbros.com/workbook. So just go startupbros.com/workbook. This is just going to be an instant download of our client product research workbook. And that's just a free gift for being here together with me today, guys. And so this is it. And let me explain to you why this spreadsheet exists and what it's for, first of all. So guys, if you've minimized your screen or anything like that, I'm going to go ahead and forgive you. But go ahead and open my screen up just for a second. Check out my screen and let me know if this looks like your product research right now, because I want to make sure that this is really relevant and valuable for you. So go ahead and just check out my screen for 1 second. I'm going to show you what my old product research looked like, and I'll show you why I created the spreadsheet. Just let me know in the question box if this looks like your product research right now. So guys, this is what I used to do. I used to go on Amazon's bestseller list, and then maybe I'd scroll a little bit. I'd go ahead and check out one of these departments. Let's look at health and personal care. That sounds like fun today. So I'd start scrolling through, and just kind of looking at things, just kind of looking for a good product to sell, really. So I'm going through here, and here's like a probiotic. I wonder if I could start like a probiotic, like a vitamin brand. That might be cool. So let's go ahead and check this product out. I could probably make this, right? I mean, I don't, $23.70 a bottle. I have to imagine I can make a profit on that. And yeah, it looks really cool. But I mean, people are going to be eating these things. Do I need to like get FDA approval, or I mean, look at it says like all these weight loss things have 15 times more results than with capsules. They have like a patented technology too. I don't know. This sounds complicated. Maybe I'll try a different product. So then I would go back on the Amazon page and start looking through products again, because apparently this is product research, right? So I go through and here's a ultrasonic humidifier. Let's look at this thing. This looks pretty cool. I could probably get this made in $50. I can't imagine this costs $50 to produce. It's got good reviews. I don't really know what that means yet, but it's got good reviews. Let's see. It's got all these different things. What is this automatic shut-off safety valve? You gotta wonder like what would happen if my humidifier didn't have a shut-off safety valve, and it just like caught on fire one day and just burned down someone's house, killed someone's kid. I don't know. This sounds way too complicated now, right? Let's get out of there. And then I would go, start researching again. So guys, let me know if this looks like your product research right now, because this is what I used to do in product research, and I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you in a second exactly why this is so frustrating and so just non-progressive, if that's a word. So yeah, let's see. Anthony said yes, it is. Christiana, that's a cool name. She said, what is the dress? Oh, okay, yeah, we'll get that link for you. Lane said yep. Shelly said yep. Catrice said yes. Michael said yeah. Alicia said exactly. Miguel said I know it sucks. Yeah. Manon said yes. Conscious said totally. Brandon said done that. Yeah, guys. So that used to be my product research, and I'm glad that you guys are running into a similar problem, because I have absolutely solved the problem here. And what the problem is, guys, is we don't even have a goal right now. Okay, do you realize that? We're just going through and window shopping pretty much. We're just going through, looking at products, and then every time we see something that catches our eye, we click it. And then, instead of actually figuring out why or how we could make this happen, we sit here and just tell ourselves 50 different reasons why we're going to fail, right? So guys, this is, a great recipe for frustration, overwhelm, and absolute frustration, right? Because all we're doing here is window shopping and thinking of all the different reasons why we're going to fail. Okay, of course we're going to get frustrated. Of course we're going to get overwhelmed. We quite literally don't even have a goal, what we're doing here. So I did this for years, guys. For probably 3 years, I did product research just like that, and it was so frustrating, so overwhelming, and I felt like I was just spinning my wheels all the time, getting nowhere. Yeah, exactly like Emin said. Emin said pulling out my hair. Yeah, exactly. So eventually I said, listen, if I'm going to stay in e-commerce, I have to figure out how to streamline product research. I have to figure out how to make product research easy and just make it really easy for me to laser target the hottest opportunities. And that's when I started creating this spreadsheet. So guys, this spreadsheet is going to remove all the frustration, all the overwhelm from product research, and help you to just focus on getting the numbers you need and making a decision, getting a product that's going to work. So guys, that's what the spreadsheet is all about. You can see here today we're only going to go over round 1 rough estimates. In row 2 here, you can see where we're actually going to get this data from. And all we're going to do today, guys, is come up with some product ideas and get the data on the spreadsheet. And then this spreadsheet, I know it looks simple, but there's a lot of complex things going on in the back here. This spreadsheet is going to just guide us towards the hottest opportunities and show us what the best products are. And that's what it's all about here. So again, in row 2, you can see all the different places we need to get the data from. This comes from Alibaba, this comes from Amazon, and this comes from Terapeak. And I will show you what all of these tools are in just a second. So again, guys, one of the big things here is all we're trying to do is get the data on the spreadsheet, okay? And then we're going to let the spreadsheet guide us and show us what the best products are. The way the spreadsheet works is it's going to basically show you out of all the different products that you researched, these 3 or these 5 are the hottest opportunities. And that's how the spreadsheet works, okay? So it's really important to realize that we're not looking for concrete numbers when we're doing this. We're trying to compare a lot of different products against themselves, right? So again, these results columns right here are not going to be concrete estimates, right? They're going to be relative estimates. And what that means is, it's going to say, okay, this product is the best relative to all of these other products that we've researched. So we're trying to get a relative comparative view of a lot of different products, not a concrete estimate on any specific product. So get 25 to 50 products in the spreadsheet minimum, and all you're going to do is take the 5 to 10 best products as shown to you by the spreadsheet, and then you're going to play 20 questions. Then you're going to think about shipping and duties and all those horrible things. We'll think about those after. But what this spreadsheet's going to help you to do is not wander around and play 20 questions with every single product you find. What the spreadsheet's going to help you do is get the necessary data on the spreadsheet, collect the necessary data, and then the spreadsheet's going to automatically show you, okay, out of all the products you found today, these 3 are the ones that are actually worth thinking about. And that's all this spreadsheet does. Okay, cool, guys. So let's do it live here today. So guys, we're going to do some live product research here together. Go ahead and let me know in the question box any products that you guys want to research here, and we will do a few of those. Jason T had the unfortunate luck of the draw of being the first person to mention a product. He said tea and coffee pots. One thing I want to mention, over the past few years, as e-commerce has become the next big thing and quite literally the biggest opportunity for business people right now, we've seen a lot of internet marketers flood this industry. And that's fine and all, but a lot of people are coming from SEO and things like that. And people in SEO have this keyword mentality, right? They have this keyword, this category mentality. But e-commerce is actually the exact opposite from that. So in SEO, we're always thinking about keywords and stuff like that. With e-commerce, we want to get as specific as humanly possible, okay? Because think about it, guys. If we're trying to sell, a blender bottle, right? If we're trying to sell a blender bottle, we want to research and find out how this blender bottle is going to sell, right? It does not matter to us how the general water bottle market is doing. That's completely irrelevant to us. We need to know how this specific product is going to do. So you want to get as specific as possible. Yes. Okay, cool. So let's see it, guys. Larry Brown said stainless steel mixing bowls. That's perfect. So we'll do that. And I think we have time for about 3 products here together today. So we'll do 3 products. Stainless steel mixing bowls. Brandon said smartwatch charging stands. Yeah, that's a good one. That's nice and specific. So we'll do smartwatch charging stands. And let's see what else we have here. Denise said the pet de-shedding brush. That's awesome too. And Chris said the Christmas tree bag. We can definitely do that one too. Cool, guys. So here's 4 products. We'll do these 4 products. Don't be upset. If your product didn't get picked here or anything, don't be upset, guys. I would love to see you actually follow along and do your own product research alongside of me right now. Why not? You're on this call anyways, guys. Why not follow along, take some action, and change your life forever? So, guys, let's go ahead and do some product research here together today. Again, in row 2, you're going to see the only places you need to go to get this data. These are the only 3 websites you need to go to, so let's go to them. First place we're going to go is Amazon. Then we have Alibaba. And finally, we have Terapeak. Now, Terapeak is not a free tool, but it is absolutely essential for this product research method. It's going to be free for you guys, luckily. I'm going to hook you guys up with something that I'm not supposed to give you, so please keep this secret just between me and you. Terapeak actually gives our clients a free 7-day professional trial. If you just go to startupbros.com/Terapeak, you can get your free 7-day professional trial here. Again, please don't tell Terapeak I gave this to you. This is only for our clients, and they would not be happy to see me giving this out. And again, guys, if you try to get the free trial on Terapeak's main website, it's going to try to give you the personal trial, but you do need this professional trial to do what we're showing you here today. Now, guys, this is a 7-day free trial, and please, for the love of God, don't tell Terapeak I said this. I'm really trusting you here. But you do not have to pay for Terapeak, guys. Whenever you're ready to do your product research, pull the trigger on your 7-day free trial and then do your product research. You really only need a day or two of Terapeak to do your product research. So go ahead and just cancel on day 3, 4, whenever you want, really. You don't need 7 days of Terapeak. So again, please don't tell Terapeak I told you any of that, or else they are not going to be friends with me anymore. So those are the 3 sites we need, guys: Terapeak, Alibaba, and Amazon. Let's go ahead and jump in, and I'll show you exactly how to do this product research. So our first product here is the stainless steel mixing bowl, and I actually have no idea what this is, so I'm interested to see it. Stainless steel mixing bowl. Okay, cool. So let's check this out. And guys, the first thing I do in product research is just search for the product on Amazon, and then I don't click into anything. I just leave it on this results page right here. And then I jump over to Alibaba and just search for the same thing. So stainless steel mixing bowls. Now, what we're trying to do here, guys, is find what I call an exact match product. And an exact match product basically just means I want to find the exact same product that's selling on Amazon on Alibaba. Because if I can find the exact same product, then I know the manufacturer for these products, and I can just instantly start importing them and selling them, right? Really quickly start my business. So we're always looking for that exact match product, okay? And guys, like I told you, the e-commerce industry right now is experiencing such explosive growth that it's actually bad for the consumers right now. There's not enough competition. There's not enough sellers. There's too many buyers in the market right now. And consumers are paying the price on that. So a lot of the times you'll see Amazon sellers that literally haven't even taken a picture of their product, and they're making millions of dollars a year selling it. They'll literally just take the exact same picture from their supplier and put it up on Amazon. So they don't even touch the product. They've never even seen it. They've never taken a picture of it, and they'll be some of the top sellers on Amazon right now. That's how crazy this market is right now. So that's what we're trying to find, is this exact match product. So let's see if we can find one of these exact matches. And it's not always possible, but more often than not these days we can find these exact match products. So let's go ahead and look around a little bit, see if we can find any. And a few of these look really similar. If you ever can't find an exact match, you want to go with the most similar one possible. And it looks like we do have quite a few here. So let's go ahead and see if we can find any of these exact matches. If not, we'll go with the most similar one possible. Cool. So here's a few that are really similar. This one here is pretty similar to this one, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess, I would say that these are the exact same product. Feel free to let me know in the question box, but I'm pretty sure that these are going to be the exact same product as this one. So there's that one. The pricing is a little screwed up on this one. It says $1 to $50. So anytime you see a price like that, obviously we're not going to be able to do any calculations on that. So another really close match here is this one and this one. I'm pretty sure that these two will be very similar. This one doesn't have a price listed. I gotta say, I've done a lot of these webinars live, and this is probably the toughest product we've ever seen. Usually product research much quicker than this. So I'm going to go ahead and skip this in a second if I can't find an exact match, because I do want to show you guys how to do this with some products that are actually going to work here. So if I had more time, I could figure that product out, but I don't want to make you guys stand around here while we're live. So I'm going to go to the next product here. The next product idea was the smartwatch charging stand. And again, for anyone who's wondering on those mixing bowls, you know, if you did, like what I would do to figure that out normally is, you know, if you have a product that doesn't have a price or it has a big price range, all you really need to do is click this chat button and go chat with the supplier, and they'll just instantly tell you what the price is. So that's what I would do, but I don't want to make you guys wait while you are live. So guys, we're searching for the smartwatch charging stand now. Let's go ahead over to Alibaba and see if we can find an exact match. And it looks like this might be called a charging dock too. So I am going to just put charging here. Again, what we're doing here is trying to find that exact match product, right? So let's go ahead and go through a little bit and see what we can find. This right here looks very similar to this one and this one. So I'm pretty sure we've already found an exact match here. Also looks very similar to this one. So all three of these products look very, very similar to this one. It looks like this one has a little, you know, oval cutout here on the side, and I think that's almost the same as this one. So that's. Let's see if we can find a couple more exact matches here. Cool, and here's this one. This one looks good as well. I think we just found an exact match to this as well. So once we find a exact match or something very close, what we're going to want to do next, and yeah, it does look like this is very similar to this one right here. So we're going to roll with this one. Yeah, this even has like the same little piece of metal down here at the bottom, as you can see. So this is definitely an exact match product. This product is $3.99 a piece for 50 pieces. So we're going to go ahead and put that in the spreadsheet. $3.99 a piece. And it said 50 pieces on the supplier's request form, but I'm going to give you guys some supplier negotiation hacks in a few minutes that are actually going to make it really easy for you to cut that MOQ in half every single time. So we're going to go ahead and take that 50 to a 25. We always put half the MOQ in there. And then we're going to go over and see this product on Amazon. This is selling for $11.99 on Amazon, so let's go ahead and pop that into the spreadsheet. Again, the only other place we need to go is Terapeak. And again, Terapeak is the only company in the world that has access to eBay's sales data. So they get really, really in-depth data on how e-commerce is working right now. And nobody has access to Amazon sales data. So this is really the best e-commerce data that we can get. First thing you want to do when you get into Terapeak is go to in-depth research, eBay product research. Make sure you select the 90 days right here. The more data you have, the more reliable that data is. So we want 90 days. And also click this filter button because we will be using one of these advanced filters. Cool. So what we're doing again is looking for the smartwatch charging dock. And then again, just going to put the same keyword in there, but we're also going to use the end price filter. The end price filter is how we're going to make sure we're only looking at this product, right? Because as you can see, there's all sorts of smartwatch charging stands, right? This one's $27. This one's, you know, $5 up here, $6. So we want to make sure that we're only searching for the smartwatch stands that are, you know, similar to our quality and our product. And the way we do that is the end price filter. If the product is selling for $11.99 on Amazon, we can assume that it's going to sell anywhere from, you know, $9.50 to, you know, $12.50, right? Anything outside of that range, maybe a little bit higher, maybe like 14 bucks. Anything outside of that range is probably not going to be the same product, right? It'll be lower quality, better quality, whatever it is. So the end price filter, again, really helps us to make sure we're only searching for our product. And then all we're going to do from there, guys, is click Apply Filters. Terapeak is going to go through and every single every single listing that applies to this search. It's going to do all sorts of complex data analysis on this and give us a whole bunch of cool data that we need. And here it is. And usually it loads a little bit quicker. Okay, cool. So again, guys, the only things we're looking for on Terapeak are the sell-through ratio, the sales volume, and the eBay sell price. The eBay sell price is going to be your average price plus your average shipping. Why are those added? Because that gives you revenue per order, and that's what we want to see. So we're looking at $13.37 on this. So the eBay sell price is $13.37. The sales volume on this is right here under general stats. It looks like it's going to be $11,613. So we're going to go ahead and pop that in the spreadsheet. And the sell-through ratio is the last thing we need here. We can see it has a 78% sell-through ratio. Guys, your sell-through ratio is basically a measurement of how saturated that product is and how much competition there is for that product. A low sell-through ratio means that, a 78% sell-through ratio would mean that, 78 out of 100 products are actually sold to the end customer. So out of every 100 smartwatch charging stands that go for sale on eBay, 78 of them actually sell to an end customer. So the higher your sell-through ratio, that means it's a hot market. There's more buyers, less sellers, right? If you have a low sell-through ratio, say you had a 10% sell-through ratio, that would mean that only 1 out of every 10 products sold on eBay actually go to an end customer, right? Most of them don't sell. So if you have a low sell-through ratio, that shows you that there's too many sellers, not enough buyers, and you're in a saturated market. So we always want to aim for those higher sell-through ratios. 78% is an incredible sell-through ratio, so that's a great one. And that's product research, guys. We just did it on one product. I'm going to rush through and do it on these other two to show you how it works in practice because, again, the name of the game is speed. So you need to speed through here, get the data on the spreadsheet as quickly as you possibly can, and then let the spreadsheet show you what your best opportunities are. So the next product we have here is the pet de-shedding brush. Let's go ahead and, again, first things first, pop that into Amazon. Let's go put pet brush for, first, and let's see what we come up with here. And here's the de-shedding brushes down here. So here's the pet brushes. Let's go ahead and search for this product on Alibaba and see if we can find an exact match because that is what it's all about. Cool. So I'm going to put in de-shedding here. See what we can come up with. And again, we're going to go ahead and pop de-shedding into this one as well on Amazon, see what we can find. Cool. All right, so let's go try to find an exact match product on here. Again, so, and how I actually do this, guys, I usually use 2 screens to do this, and I'll have Alibaba on one side, and I'll have Amazon on the other. And then that makes it really, really easy to see those exact match products and those exact match opportunities. So, so that is that. Let's go try to find an exact match here. And again, if you ever can't find an exact match, you just go with the most similar thing possible. But most of the time, you will be able to find an exact match product. Again, just kind of scrolling through here and looking for the exact same product. It looks like there's a few like this. So if you ever see a product that there's like 3 or 4 of the exact same one, for instance, these products look almost exactly the same, these 4. So my bet is that there is a company on Alibaba selling this exact product. And actually, guys, I think we just found it right here. So this looks like an exact match right here. Correct me if I'm wrong in the question box, of course, but this product right here looks exactly the same as this product right here. So this looks like a winner, honestly. So let's go ahead and look. You can see this product is being sold at a few different price points. The most successful one is $18 a pop. So let's go ahead and pop that in, $18 on Amazon. On Alibaba, this is selling for $3 a piece for 2 pieces. That's pretty crazy. I think everyone here could afford that minimum order quantity of 2 pieces, right? So again, we actually always cut that MOQ in half. So let's go ahead and put 1 piece there. The Alibaba buy price, again, is going to be $3 a piece, so go ahead and put $3 in there. And then the last place we need to go is Terapeak. In Terapeak here, again, all we're going to be doing is putting pet de-shedding brush. I'll just put de-shedding actually. And then again, the end price filter you always want to adjust, right? So this product is selling for $17.99 on Amazon. We can assume that this product is going to sell anywhere between, 15 and 21 bucks on eBay. Anything outside of that range is definitely not the same product. So going ahead and pulling the data on this one, again, Terapeak does all of the complex statistical analysis for us, just gives us the number we need. So the eBay buy price here is going to be the average price plus the average shipping. So our revenue per order is going to be $22.10. So go ahead and pop that in, $22.10. And the sales volume on this is going to be $6,326. And the sell-through ratio on this is going to be 55%. So another pretty good product. Again, the important thing is not to stop with every single product and let the results distract you and things like that. Just get the data on the spreadsheet and let the spreadsheet do its magic. Let it compare all those products against each other and show you what the very best opportunities are. Last product we have here is the Christmas tree bag. So let's go ahead and pop over to Amazon, try to find an exact match product on this. So again, the goal here is to find an exact match product. And so let's see if we can do that. Christmas tree bag. So again, trying to find that exact match product. And guys, yeah, wow. So as you guys can see, we actually have already found 6 or 7 exact match products. This is how most products work. Most of the time you'll see, guys, there are so many buyers right now and so few sellers right now. Like I said, consumers are the ones that have to pay the price. And as you can see here, the #1 seller of these Christmas tree bags on Amazon, they're selling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different products. They're the top 5 sellers when you search for Christmas tree bag. This company is probably making millions of dollars a year, and they haven't even taken pictures of their product. That's how crazy e-commerce is right now. It's just like SEO back in 2000. Back in the year 2000 when SEO was just coming out, you could put up any website and you would instantly start getting traffic. You would instantly see success because that's how crazy the .com boom was. This is the same exact way. The e-commerce revolution is such a huge deal that this is what's happening, guys. Elf Store hasn't even looked at their products. They haven't even taken pictures. They literally just took the pictures off of Alibaba, and they're making millions and millions of dollars a year in sales. That's outrageous to me, guys. Why not just invade this market and dominate the competition and take over these millions of dollars in sales? It's never been easier. Guys, look at this. I have their exact supplier right here. Here's this bag. This is the exact same picture. Here is this bag, the second one, exact same picture. Let's see what else we have here. Here's this one right down here, exact same picture. Guys, the list goes on and on and on. Right here, exact same picture. This is how crazy the e-commerce market is right now. You literally just throw products up online and you make millions of dollars. It's I was about to say a very bad word, but it's freaking incredible, guys. It's a crazy market right now. So here's this one, $2 a piece. So let's go ahead and do the product research on this. Obviously the same product. As you guys can see, this is the #1 Christmas tree bag on Amazon. Has well over 10,000 sales. Again, this person's probably making millions of dollars a year, and they are literally just using the pictures from Alibaba. They've probably never even seen their product. They literally are just using the same pictures as Alibaba. That's crazy to me. So let's go ahead and research it, guys. $19.88 is the Amazon sell price on this. I might start doing this product. $2 a piece here for 500 pieces. $2 a piece for 500 pieces. And let's go run this baby through Terapeak. Can just put Christmas tree bag. Again, you want to edit that end price filter. This product is selling for $19.88 on Amazon. We can assume it's selling anywhere from $17.50 to $22.50. Anything outside of that range is probably a different product. And let's go ahead and search for that and see what comes up here. And here is the info on that one. Again, first thing we want to look at is the price. So average price plus average shipping is going to be our revenue per order, $25.56. And our sales volume here is $13,564. Our sell-through ratio is 52%. So guys, that is product research, and that's how easy it is. Again, most people overcomplicate this and make it so frustrating, so overwhelming. But guys, now you have all the data you need on all these different products. And again, the spreadsheet is just going to show you which products are the best, which ones are actually worth thinking about, because your most valuable asset is time. And that's what this spreadsheet is all about, is saving you time, just getting you the necessary data to make a decision and move forward to build your business. So guys, when you're looking at the results here, in the round 1 results, your profit margin, you want at least an 85% profit margin in round 1. The reason for that is, in round 2, we haven't even talked about Amazon fees and shipping and things like that yet. So if your product doesn't have an 85% margin coming out of round 1, it probably won't hit that 67% margin at the end of the day, and that's what we want, right? So we want our product to have at least an 85% margin. And then remember the startup sweet spot for sell price, we want our product to have at least a $10 profit per unit. So these smartwatch stands did not make the cut on margin or profit per unit, so we're not even going to think about that product. The pet de-shedding brush and the Christmas tree bag both hit the numbers for profit per unit and profit margin. Excuse me. So then, guys, from here, you have the products that are going to work well. What I usually do is sort this spreadsheet right here from largest to smallest. Then you literally have your best opportunities at the top. Then just going down, they become lesser and lesser opportunities. So we can see the Christmas tree bag here would be a great one to get started with. And again, you have all the information you need on the spreadsheet now. You don't need any other information. Any other information you get is a distraction and a waste of time, I guarantee it. So again, look at, you have your MOQ, your price. You know exactly what it's going to cost for that first minimum order. You have your sell-through ratio, so you know exactly how much competition there is and if it's a hot market or not. You have the sales volume, so you know how long it's going to take you to sell that inventory. And you have what the product's actually going to sell for. So this is everything you need, guys. And again, this is how you find the best products, because the big secret that no e-commerce seller will tell you is that nobody knows how to find great products. All we know how to do is compare a lot of different products against each other and say, okay, these 3 are the best. And that's exactly what this spreadsheet's going to do for you. Cool. So that's step 1, guys. We have found a killer product. Once you find a killer product, obviously we need to connect that with a reliable supplier. So there's a few places to find suppliers, really only 2 that you should ever have to deal with. The big one is Alibaba. So if you're trying to get a supplier from outside of the United States, Alibaba is the place for you. Absolutely the safest, the largest, and just the most effective place to find overseas suppliers. Now, if you're trying to manufacture your item in the U.S., you want to do that made in USA route, you're actually just going to use Google for that. And all you have to do is Google, vitamin and supplement private label manufacturer, and that'll be it. And tons of them will come up for you. Now, the process to actually reach out to these suppliers for the first time, obviously start searching for them, find a few good ones. This is exactly what we just did on Alibaba. Then you're going to make initial contact, whether it be via email or via chat. All you're going to say is, hey, listen, we have a big pet company, and we saw your de-shedding brush, and we thought it might be a good addition to our product line. So I wanted to reach out, get a little bit more information, introduce myself, and see if we might have a mutually beneficial relationship. Just keep it really simple. They're going to send back a bunch of catalogs, prices, pictures, things like that, and then you just compare and choose and pull the trigger on one of those suppliers. Now let's go over our negotiation hacks, because this is quite possibly one of the most valuable pieces of the presentation today. Just using these negotiation scripts and negotiation hacks that I'm about to give you are going to put you off on the right foot with your supplier every single time. Now, the #1 rule here is to always use a separate email address for Alibaba and supplier communications. Just start a separate email address, guys. Don't overthink this. Mine is mitchellimporting@gmail.com. So just set up a separate Gmail account. Use that to talk to your supplier, because whatever email address you give to your supplier is absolutely going to be spammed to hell for the rest of your life. Never be the boss. This is a really, really big golden nugget in today's presentation, guys. You never want to be the boss when talking to your supplier. You want to introduce yourself as a secretary, as an assistant, as a purchasing director, anything but the final decision maker. Now, I could do an entire webinar just on the value of this strategy alone. This is the exact same thing that every car salesman does, right? Maybe I can get you a better deal. Let me go talk to my manager. This is the same thing that the most powerful CEOs in the world do every day. I don't know if I can do that. Let me go get my board approval, right? I got to ask my board of directors. So even the most powerful CEOs in the world do this. You never want to be the final decision maker in a negotiation. So just introducing yourself to your supplier as a secretary, as an assistant, is going to buy you breathing room and pay dividends for the entire lifetime of your business. Just think about if you're just starting out and you're not really familiar with the process yet. If you reach out to your supplier and they think you're the final decision maker and you say something dumb, they're going to say, man, this person has no idea what they're talking about. But if you act like an assistant, they're going to say, well, this assistant doesn't know everything. Maybe I should help them because they work for a big company. Much better situation, right? And imagine down the line if your supplier comes to you and says, hey, I need to raise your prices by 20%. If they think that you're the final decision maker, you have to deal with that problem right then and there. But if they think you're a secretary, a assistant, anything like that, you can say, man, you want to raise our prices by 20%? My boss is going to be really upset about that, but he's actually out of town for the next 2 weeks, so I'll let him know in 2 weeks, and he'll get back to you and talk about it then. And you just bought yourself 2 weeks to deal with that problem. Again, I can go on and on and on with how valuable this one little hack is, but definitely use it. Never be the final decision maker. Always respect Chinese culture and customs. Very easy to do. You just want to be over the top, polite, calm, and cool-headed. I always tell people just channel the most professional version of yourself, and you'll probably be okay. Cool, guys. So we have arrived at our first giveaway question of today's presentation. I'm going to go ahead over to that Facebook post and see how many shares you guys are up to. I think we started with 899. It looks like we are up to 960 now. So you guys are getting very close to that Apple Watch, actually. So you guys are already won yourself a Kindle Paperwhite and 4 $100 Amazon gift cards. So you guys are already over $500 in free prizes on this webinar today. Again, guys, if this gets up to 999 shares, just 39 more shares, you guys will actually get an Apple Watch Sport here today as well. So big stuff there, guys. Go ahead and share it. Guys, here's your giveaway question. Again, the first 4 people to get this correctly are going to win a $100 Amazon gift card before the end of the webinar today. So, guys, if you get this question correct, you are going to leave the webinar today $100 richer than you were. So, guys, get your mouse and keyboard ready in the question box. Here it comes, your giveaway question of the day today. Again, the first 4 people to get this correct are going to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Here it is, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you pay $30 for your product, what should your target sell price be? So think about those startup sweet spots we talked about. If you're paying $30 for your product, what do you want to sell that product for? Cool. Oh, awesome, guys. And yeah, we have a packed house here today. I'm not going to be surprised at all to see you guys win that Apple Watch Sport either, because there's just so many people here live, so many people to share. But my GoToWebinar is actually frozen right now. We are just getting flooded in answers here. So yeah, this is awesome, guys. I hope you can hear me right now because my GoToWebinar is completely frozen. We are just flooded in answers right now. Okay, guys, so I have to assume we have a winner by now. The answer to this, if you're buying your product for $30, you got to hit that 67% startup sweet spot margin, right? So to hit that margin, you got to sell that product at $90. Again, a 67% margin is always going to be 3 times your cost. So whatever you're paying, times it by 3, that's your target sell price. Cool, guys. So let's go ahead and see who got that correct today. And Kyle, let me know if you're seeing the same people here. I'm seeing Shelly, Howard Brody, Devin Law, and Johnny. Those are the 4 winners I'm seeing. Are you seeing the same people, Kyle?
I'm seeing those very people. Congratulations.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. So Shelly, Howard, Devin, and Johnny have just won themselves a $100 Amazon gift card. Congratulations, guys. You guys will have that $100 gift card in your email by the end of today's webinar presentation. So congrats on that, guys. Just walked away with $400 in Amazon gift cards. Congrats, congrats. Guys, we actually have a couple more giveaway questions coming up here, so no worries if you didn't win this time. We have 2 more giveaways, at least for the Kindle Paperwhite, but I think you guys might even get that Apple Watch Sport here tonight as well. So a couple more giveaways, a couple more chances to win coming up soon. So we've already found a killer product. We've already connected it with a reliable supplier. The next step is to actually negotiate and get this order figured out with the supplier, right? And this is something that a lot of people have trouble with. But guys, this is extremely easy. Getting lower MOQs and lower prices is extremely easy for any experienced e-commerce seller. New sellers generally don't have the confidence to ask for these lower prices, these lower MOQs. So I'm going to give you guys just a one-liner that's going to have a 90% success rate in lowering your MOQs and your prices even on the first order. Again, MOQ stands for minimum order quantity for anyone who doesn't understand that. Again, our clients see a 90% success rate in lowering their MOQs and their prices using this one line. Just one line you have to just copy, paste into your supplier communications. You have a 90% chance of success. And that one thing is, you just got to bluff, guys. You just bluff your ass off, and that's how you do it, and you got to have the confidence to do it. So the good tactic to do here, and this is actually the one-liner that we give to our clients. They, again, see a 90% success rate getting lower MOQs and prices on the first order, but you have to use it with the negotiation scripts and the negotiation hack that I just gave you. That's really important. But basically what you're going to do is say, listen, and this is the exact one-liner you want to use, guys. You go to him as the assistant or whatever, right? You say, listen, my boss told me to say, I need to get 3 samples to each of our 50 locations all around the country. So I need a sample order of 150 units. I'm sorry if our sample order is too big for you, but we're just a big company. And you need to let me know if you can fill this sample order soon, because if not, I need to go down the street to the next guy. And that's going to have a 90% success rate in getting lower MOQs and prices for you, even on the first try, when combined with those negotiation hacks. So after that, we need to actually order these product samples, right? And this is another thing that a lot of people have trouble with. First things first, guys, always, always, always buy samples. Guys, I've worked with multi-billion-dollar companies doing this exact business model. And even companies like Zara, H&M, multi-billion-dollar companies, they still buy samples on every single order. Okay, so you can't skip the sample process, can't skip this step. Most people will tell you to get 2 samples. I actually recommend my clients to get 5 to 10 samples. And the reason for that is getting 5 to 10 samples is no more risky than getting 2 samples. And you can actually make money on the first sample order. So you're going to be profitable right off the bat, whereas if you get 2 samples, you're not going to be profitable. So go 5 to 10 samples and go ahead and sell those samples. You want to get those samples out to real customers and sell them at the full price. Most people get nervous about their samples and they want to give them away to friends and family or test them themselves or discount them. Those are all horrible ideas. You need to sell your sample at the true price to a real customer, because that's how you're going to see if your product is truly up to the expectations of your customer. It's the only way to truly test your product, and it's the only way to get the true sell price and real customer feedback to know if this is the type of product you can build a sellable multi-million-dollar business out of. So in terms of shipping and receiving your products, you're going to see 2 terms all over the place, FOB and CIF. FOB stands for free on board. What it basically means is that the buyer, you, are going to pay for shipping and liability insurance. Now, most people freak out about this. Guys, this in real life, this means you call up UPS or FedEx or DHL and just have them do it for you. It's very, very simple. The opposite of FOB is CIF, and CIF stands for cost insurance freight. That basically means that your supplier is going to ship and insure the goods for you. So CIF just means that they're going to use their shipping account, they're going to do it all for you, and the goods are just magically going to appear at your doorstep. That's what those mean. Guys, don't overthink shipping. If you've ever shipped out a letter or if you've ever went to the post office before, I absolutely guarantee you can do this too, because it's the same exact process. For some reason, people think that international shipping is really complicated. Guys, there is a multi-billion-dollar industry just standing there waiting to make this simple for you. So don't overthink it. And then what we recommend to our clients, and I would recommend the same thing for you, ask your supplier to do it when you're first starting out, because not only are you going to avoid all the complexity of having to do your shipping yourself on that first order, not only are you going to avoid the complexity and the confusion of having to figure it out yourself, but you're also going to be able to piggyback on your supplier's bulk shipping rates, so you can save a little bit of money as well. And the way you do this, guys, you just go to your supplier and say, hey, can you ship this CIF or through your Express account? They will know exactly what it means. So when you get your samples, obviously the first thing you want to do is open them up and examine them, right? Are they good to go? Are they broken or anything like that? As long as they're good to sell, you want to turn around and sell those samples as quickly as you possibly can. I would recommend that you sell your samples on eBay or a lower quality sales channel first. Again, in the long run, Amazon is going to be a much bigger part of your business. But when we're testing our samples, we don't even know if this is a sellable product yet, right? So when you don't know how your customer is going to feel about your product, it's best to sell it on eBay, because if you screw up on Amazon, they're going to ban you and never let you sell on there again. But if you screw up on eBay, they're much more lenient. So sell your samples on eBay or a lower quality sales channel first, and then list the second order on Amazon when you decide that your sample is good to go. The first step in this business, guys, is getting a sample in and out the door. What that means is buying and selling a sample. Buy and sell a sample as quickly as you possibly can, and don't let anything else distract you from that. Guys, I've worked with nearly 5,000 entrepreneurs to build successful e-commerce brands, and I can tell you with 100% certainty that this is what determines the winners from the losers. If you can get a sample in and out the door, you will be successful in this business. If you can't get a sample in and out the door, then you absolutely will not be successful in this. So guys, don't let anything else distract you from this. This is the most important milestone in this business. It's what determines the winners from the losers. You have to get a sample in and out the door as quickly as humanly possible. So let's talk about how to order the product and actually scam-proof yourself and your business. I would recommend really easy, guys, to scam-proof yourself. You're going to make it 100% impossible to be scammed in this business, and it's this simple. All you want to do is use third-party financial protection. So you're always using PayPal, escrow, any type of third-party financial protection service. It's usually going to cost 3 to 5% extra, but it's going to eliminate 99% of the risk in this business, so it's absolutely worth it. Very easy to not get scammed, guys. You always want to opt for third-party financial protection. That means PayPal, Alipay, escrow, letters of credit, Alibaba Trade Assurance, tons of different methods out there. Just make sure you have third-party financial protection. What you want to avoid is Western Union and TT. TT stands for telegraphic transfer. It's essentially a wire transfer, and it's the equivalent of you going over to your supplier's house, putting your money in his mailbox, calling your supplier and saying, hey, your money's in your mailbox, please ship my goods. So you know he got the money, but there's no third-party protection, right? With Western Union, that's the equivalent of you going out to the middle of the street, throwing your money up in the air, and calling your supplier and saying, hey, your money's on the street, please ship my goods in 30 days. Use Western Union, you just got scammed. So let's talk about how to actually sell our products once we get up and running. Tons and tons and tons of different places to sell, guys. You have established sales channels such as Amazon growing 20% year over year, literally billions, probably tens of billions of dollars of extra sales every single year. Even eBay, who we all see as kind of Amazon's ugly stepchild, eBay's even growing at 15-16% year over year. So we're literally seeing explosive growth in the entire e-commerce industry. You really can't fail. Just get out there and start selling on any sales channel, and it's going to grow. Especially sales channels. We see these things popping up all the time, right? Etsy, Store Envy, Artfire, tons of different third-party, specialty sales channels out there now where you can get up and running and selling your product. On top of that, it's never been easier to build your own brand and your own sales channel. Guys, building your own brand has never been easier. The entire consumer market is clamoring. They're begging you to launch your brand because they would much rather buy from you than some generic piece of crap from Walmart. Okay, consumers now love the Shark Tank style businesses. They love small e-commerce brands made by entrepreneurs just like you. So get out there and build your brand because there's never been a better time to do it. On top of that, it's never been easier to build your own sales channel. Guys, the first e-commerce website I ever made took me maybe 6 months, and there were like 8 people, and it probably made 3 sales in the entire lifetime of the website. Nowadays, you have platforms like Shopify where you can get up, running, and accepting credit cards within 5 minutes. And Shopify goes and finds all of the things that make an e-commerce store convert, and they put them right into yours. So it's never been easier to build your own brand and your own sales channel. Quite literally, there's never been a better time to do this. And then I know we talk a lot about e-commerce, but the truth is you have to leverage every relationship and every opportunity you have, right? For instance, B2B. We have one client who just sells business to business. She actually supplies those mall kiosks you see all over the place. And she doesn't even leave her house. The owners of these mall kiosks come to her and pick up the goods from her garage. She makes over $10,000 a month in profit without even having to leave her house. So business to business is definitely a big opportunity. Don't give your samples away to friends and family. But once you're up and running and you have a product, you have to become a product of the product and pound the pavement. Get out there and sell to friends, family, neighbors, strangers if you have the guts. You can hit up distributors, wholesalers, sell your products on retail shelves. You got trade shows, flea markets, mall kiosks, music festivals, local events. Guys, it's never been easier to go out there and sell a ton of your product. And guys, I have one client who went to the beach last weekend and made $3,000 in sales in 3 hours just standing on the beach. So guys, there's never been a better time to do it. The economy, the whole consumer base is begging you to launch your e-commerce brand right now. This is the time to take advantage of this opportunity. So obviously we've talked a lot about launching today. I want to kind of give you an idea of what this entire business looks like. And the first thing we're going to do is, and retail arbitrage is actually something we didn't talk about here today. Definitely feel free to get in touch with me if you want to know more about retail arbitrage, because this is a great way to start in e-commerce and make money really fast. But basically, the first thing we need to do is find that killer product, and then we're going to, negotiate that sample order. Once we find a killer product, attach it to a supplier. Then you just negotiate the sample order, put the order in, wait for the samples to arrive. Once those samples arrive, you want to sell those samples immediately, right? Get those samples back out the door. You're going to really quickly decide if you want to continue on with that product or go with a different product and sell some new samples. If you do decide to stick with the same product, which is definitely the most common route, then on your second or third order, you're going to start branding the product. And once you start branding, this is when you start to steal away market share and differentiate your product and dominate the competition. And that's what it's all about. And from here, you just keep on improving your brand, keep on growing your business, and this is where you hit that really exponential growth curve. So again, our rapid launch strategy here that we've gone over today is first we want to find hot products using that product research spreadsheet. From there, we want to order samples ASAP. Again, guys, this is a very, very low-risk business model. I've seen a lot of people who find great products and then they think of 1,000 reasons not to get started in this business. Guys, this is one of the least risky business models out there, and it's one of the hottest opportunities right now. So I think this is the best time to do it. Don't stall. Just order your samples ASAP, because there's nothing more fulfilling and exhilarating than getting that first sample order from China. It's really going to help you as an entrepreneur. And then, when you're waiting for your samples to arrive, don't just sit there and twiddle your thumbs. Set up your listings and get ready to promote. And then when your samples do arrive, you can just set your inventory from 0 to 5 or 10 or whatever. And again, I would recommend selling those samples on eBay first, but get those samples back out the door. Now, once you start going to your third, fourth, fifth order, the number one problem that our clients have is running out of inventory. I think a lot of people don't really expect to be successful, and their success kind of sneaks up on them, and they're really surprised by it. And it's really sad because, we'll see people who have been trying to be entrepreneurs for 10 years, and they finally get it, and they're finally up and running, making money, and then all of a sudden they run out of inventory, and everything just stops, and they have to go basically shut down their business for 2 weeks while they wait for new inventory. So guys, don't wait for it to become an emergency. Just watch your numbers, and when you hit the break even, reorder, and then you won't run out of inventory. And then you're just using your momentum to expand. And once you get into this growth mindset, first you want to dominate the low quality sales channels, right? Why not hit eBay and things like that first? It's much easier to get up and running there. So just throw up the listings and start making sales, right? Once you're up and running on those low quality sales channels, let's move on to the higher quality sales channels like Amazon. and dominate there, right? And from here, guys, once you're up and selling, you just branch out and start experimenting. Something we always tell our clients is, there's no cookie cutter system to success, right? Every business is its own puzzle. And we can give you all the pieces of the puzzle, but it's going to be your job to pick those puzzle pieces up and see what fits into your business. And if you just keep on trying that, eventually you're going to build a beautiful business. And that's exactly what you're doing here. Branch out and start experimenting with those various different puzzle pieces, right? Different ads, different promotion methods, different sales channels. What you're really trying to do here is find the ROI in your business, find the return on investment. Where can I put $1 in my business and get 3 out every single time, right? Once you find the ROI in your business, then you just push it, and now you're hitting that exponential growth curve. Now you're building a sellable company. Once you top off on existing sales channels like eBay and Amazon, that's a good time to branch off and build your own. Most of our clients go out and build their own e-commerce websites once they hit around $50,000 to $150,000 a month in sales on Amazon. So once you get to that $50,000 to $150,000 a month on Amazon level, that's really the right time to go off and build your own sales channel. And then from here, you're just reinvesting your profits to build your assets. And like I said, it's all downhill from here. The really amazing part, you can do product lines, additional product lines, add things to your product line, do more brands. You could really do whatever you want at this point. And the amazing thing is, it all started with getting one sample in and out the door. That is the determining element. That is the big milestone that determines the winners from the losers. Get that damn sample in and out the door. So guys, do it in this order. The number one way that people get frustrated and lost in this business is trying to do things out of order. Again, you have to do it in this order. This is not some secret method I made up. This is just how every single successful e-commerce business comes into being. So do it in this order, and you will be successful too. So as you can see, I think private labeling and e-commerce and all these business models are really awesome. I think they're really rocking right now. I think they're really simple to do and really safe to do, even though everybody thinks they're so hard and so risky. As you guys have seen, these are some of the safest and simplest business models out there. I'm a massively strong believer that if you're still here with me today, you can absolutely build your own successful private label e-commerce brand. And it's never been easier to do it than it is right now. This is something you can get going on right now. And I really hope that a lot of you even followed along and started taking action on this call with me, because you're already on your way there. So guys, as you're going out into the world and applying this strategy to transform your life and your business, please remember this one thing. This is not just theory. This is exactly what I did to build an e-commerce empire by 16 years old. And these are the exact methods the top e-commerce entrepreneurs in the world are using right now. So what's it all about? Why get involved in e-commerce at all? For me, it's about having fun building a business that allows you to be free, right? And really creating the life that you want to live. That's the power of entrepreneurship, and that's the power of this business. That's what it is for me. I know a lot of people want to have that side business that creates true passive income for them, whether they're working or not. This is a great side business because, once you get your product, once you get your listing and it's up and selling, it's pretty much set it and forget it, right? Because once that product's up, once the listing's up, it's going to continue to make sales whether you're working on it or not. So this is a great side business and definitely gives you that opportunity to create that true passive income, start to transition out and become your own boss. And in general, again, it's just about making the money you need to live the life of your dreams. I know a lot of people want to go travel around the world. A lot of people want to spend more time with their family. For me, it's just living the entrepreneurial lifestyle and living life on my own terms. That's what it's all about, and that's why I'm an entrepreneur, I guess. So I'm not sure why you showed up here today. It may be because you're fed up with your current job and you want to, create some side income and start to transition and becoming your own boss. It may be because you've already tried to start an e-commerce business and you're just frustrated and overwhelmed by everything that needs to be done. And I know a lot of you are already rocking this business model and you just see your growth numbers going higher and higher and higher. You recognize the opportunity and you just want to see what's working now so you can scale this thing up fast and take advantage of this opportunity while it's still there. I hope you really get this one thing if those do apply to you. We've cracked the code on finding hot products and building successful brands right now. It's changed my world and allowed me to do everything I've wanted ever since. This business model is very near and dear to my heart because, if I didn't figure this out at 13 years old, think about it, guys. I would have had to get a job and go to college. It would have been horrible. So I think it's a very, very replicable system that you can apply very quickly. And this is proven by the thousands of people who have gone through and executed on this action plan. And this is something that can make you a lot of money and create the freedom that you want in a relatively short amount of time. Again, this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme or anything like that, but within a few months, you can have a successful, sustainable, cash flow generating e-commerce business very easily. So what happens next? How can you guys apply this battle-tested strategy to build your own e-commerce empire over the next few weeks here? So you will have a choice here, guys. Your two options are, option one, take what you've learned here today and keep trying to do everything yourself. You can fail your way to success and learn the hard way. Guys, this is why I failed for so many years. I thought I could do it all myself. And, I had all the excuses. I used to say, I don't have time. I don't have the money. I can self-learn this. All the dumb excuses that people tell themselves. When the truth of the matter was, I could get the money. I could have sold the Xbox I was wasting my time on every night and had the money. I could have cleaned out my garage and actually started my e-commerce business and had the money. So, I think everyone here, doesn't have to go with option one. No one's, cursed to go with option one. But I do think that most people cannot make these simple sacrifices to create a successful life for themselves. For the people that can, let me tell you about option two. Option two is jump in with me and let me personally help you launch a successful e-commerce business within the next 12 weeks. So guys, how would you like that? How would you like me to personally help you launch your e-commerce business and launch your first brand over the next 12 weeks? And just to give you an idea of what it would look like to personally work with me, over the last few years, I've personally worked with over 5,000 clients to build successful e-commerce brands, everything from new entrepreneurs trying to make a decent side income, all the way up to the clients I've had on Shark Tank, the clients, my one client that has actually won the Shopify Build a Business competition. Through coaching these e-commerce companies, I've seen a lot of common patterns and keys to success. And I've taken everything I've learned and created a step-by-step system to help you, really give you an action plan to help you be profitable by the first week, create sustainable cash flow in the first month, and have a successful e-commerce business in less than 90 days. And that system is called Ecommerce Empire. So guys, Ecommerce Empire is pretty awesome. A quick quote here. This is Albert Einstein, one of my favorite quotes. He says, everything in life should be as simple as possible, but not simpler. And that's exactly what we're trying to do with Ecommerce Empire. And, we're personally going to take you by the hand as in, step one, step two, step three. We're going to help you to find a killer product, create a winning brand around it, and launch your e-commerce empire fast. This isn't some internet marketing course where you have to, watch a ton of videos and figure out how to apply it for you. There's no ambiguity or confusion in this. It's absolutely the fastest way to get from point A to point B. It's really going to help you to navigate down that treacherous mountain of e-commerce with a group of people who have already done it before and a group of friends doing it alongside of you. And it's going to help you avoid what most entrepreneurs do, and that's just jump off the mountain alone, smack into a rock, and see how everything ends up. It's going to help you avoid that. So what does the course cover? First things first, we have the step-by-step video training, and this is 12 modules of milestone-driven, action-oriented training videos and materials. This program is actually optimized around the success rates of our nearly 5,000 alumni students. So we've actually gone through and studied how our students become successful, and we're constantly tweaking and testing and optimizing this course to maximize the success rate of our students. And I think we're probably the only course in the world that actually does that we optimize our training around our student success rates. This is taught by 8 different multi-million-dollar e-commerce entrepreneurs, which I'll introduce to you in a second. So this isn't some internet marketing course where it's just one guy talking for 12 weeks straight, right? We actually bring in the titans of industry. We're bringing some of the movers and shakers of the e-commerce industry to show you exactly how to build your own e-commerce business. So here's what we cover in the program, guys. You're going to learn how you can copy multi-million-dollar e-commerce entrepreneurs and easily find the next hot product to sell. That's the first things first, right? We're going to find hot products and show you exactly how successful e-commerce entrepreneurs find their hot products. You're also going to learn how to easily build a winning brand around your product and build brands that are going to dominate your competition. People always tell me, aren't you afraid of the competition? I love competition because it motivates me to just spank them. And I think you guys will see the same thing after this 12-week program. You're going to know how to build winning brands that dominate the competition. You're never going to be afraid of the competition again, because why would you? You'll just dominate them. You're also going to learn how to create high converting Amazon listings, everything from product photography to the actual copywriting. And you're actually going to get our templates as well. So guys, we've been running our Amazon businesses for the past 15 years, and we've really tweaked, tested, and optimized everything about it, especially our Amazon sales listings. So you guys are actually going to get our top performing Amazon sales listings, so you can just copy and paste it and instantly create a high converting Amazon listing for your product. You're also going to learn our Amazon product launch formula. Our Amazon product launch formula is a unique method that we've developed over the past 15 years that's going to allow you to blitz the marketplace with your new product and immediately start getting organic sales. You know, most people just go out there and get their Amazon product up and just kind of wait for it. That's not a fun way to do business. That's not explosive growth, and that's what we're going for. So we're going to show you our Amazon product launch formula, show you how to blitz the market, ramp up sales, and really dominate your market. You're also going to learn how to drive recurring revenue and reviews through high-performing email follow-up sequences. So just like we spent the past 15 years tweaking and testing and optimizing our sales listings, we've also done the same thing for our customer follow-up emails. So you guys are going to be able to just copy and paste and start using the customer follow-up emails that we've used for the past 15 years that have been really successful for us. So you guys will have those high-performing email follow-up sequences right off the bat. You're also going to learn how and when to successfully transition off of Amazon and how to launch your own e-commerce store, how to, pull sales away from Amazon and start feeding them to your e-commerce store where you make more money and you control the customer relationship. We're also going to teach you all the cutting-edge e-commerce promotion and advertising techniques that are working for us in our businesses right now. So all of the advanced e-commerce promotional tactics, everything from social media ad funnels to the landing pages that are converting well for us. We're going to show you exactly what's working well for our e-commerce businesses right now so you can take those tactics, plug them into your business, and experience the same explosive growth. So guys, tons of guest experts. Like I told you, it's not just us that you're going to be listening to for the next 12 weeks. You're going to be rubbing shoulders with quite literally some of the best entrepreneurs alive today. I think you guys are going to be absolutely blown away to see who our guest experts are, and this will make it very clear to you that we are not internet marketers. We are actual e-commerce entrepreneurs that have connections such as this, and this is one of the great parts about this program is you're going to be rubbing shoulders, you're going to be talking to some of the titans of the e-commerce industry. Here's Porter Arisman right here. Porter Arisman is the vice president of Alibaba itself, guys. The vice president of Alibaba. You're going to have a chance to talk to and get one-on-one help with your business from him. That is crazy to me. So Porter Arisman, you can see him here hanging out with Jack Ma, the CEO and founder of Alibaba. Porter Arisman has also written a book called Alibaba's World and made a movie about Alibaba and their growth plans for the future. So you're actually going to have the vice president of Alibaba itself helping you to build your e-commerce business. Where the hell else is that going to happen? I think that's just incredible. We also have Scott Mitchell here, the former CTO of Home Shopping Network itself, the former CEO of RollingStone.com. Scott Mitchell is probably the best entrepreneur I've ever met in real life. Has taken 3 companies from idea to IPO. That means he had a business idea, launched it, and took it public on the stock exchange with 3 separate companies, guys. 3 companies from idea to IPO. Scott Mitchell currently imports about $15 million a year in his business and is another person that you're going to be able to hang out with and get one-on-one help with your business. We got Noah Kagan here. Noah Kagan is the founder and CEO of AppSumo and SumoMe. He was the number 30 employee at Facebook, the number 4 employee at Mint. Noah Kagan is one of our good friends. We bring him in for the guest sessions as well. Last time I think we had, 4 hours where he just gave us a behind-the-scenes look at how he's launching his businesses. Gave us behind-the-scenes tour of his apartment, his bank accounts, all sorts of crazy stuff. So, guys, this is the kind of behind-the-scenes access you get in this program. We also have Gordon Stiles. Gordon Stiles is the CEO of Star Prototype, the largest prototyping company in China. So guys, if you've ever wanted to invent anything, if you've ever wanted to create a product from scratch, modify an existing product, There's literally no better person in the world to talk to than Gordon Stiles. He's the CEO of the largest prototyping company in China. Perhaps no better expert in the world than that. You're going to be able to talk to him one-on-one and get help with your business. Kevin Schlechtner is our most successful client of all time. He's the CEO of Scar Audio and CarAudioDistributors.com. Kevin Schlechtner, since 2012, has made let me think here for a second, like just about $65 million in sales. So Kevin Schlechtner started in 2012. He's our most successful client of all time. Again, this is definitely not typical results. This is just showing you how far you can take it. Kevin Schlechtner in the past 4 years has taken his business from zero to $65 million in sales. He currently imports about $20 million a year, and we'll have Kevin Schlechtner in to show exactly how he used this strategy to build a $65 million company and how you can do the same. We also have Will Chernlin, who holds over $10 million a year in the Amazon FBA warehouses. I was just talking to Will Chernlin yesterday. He's actually about to sell his Amazon company to a private equity firm for $250 million. $250 million. So Will Chernlin, you're going to be talking to very, very often. He's one of our VIP guest coaches. So you're going to be talking to him quite a bit. He'll help you through the entire process of launching your Amazon business. We also have Edmund Lohman. Edmund Lohman is the import-export consultant for H&M and Zara. So when these multi-billion-dollar companies do their import and export, you would think they do it themselves, but they don't. They just call Edmund and have him do it for them. He currently runs a $7 million a year fashion brand. He also owns the largest chain of hostels in Thailand. Very good business person. And again, guys, the exact same person that helps H&M and Zara do all of this is going to be helping you do the same. Neville Medora, one of the best copywriters in the world, he came in for 3 hours one day and just rewrote product listings for our clients. So that was awesome. Here's little old me. I used to be front and center, but I got kicked off by all these big wigs. And then we got Kellen Hanna. We're actually one of only 2 training programs out there that Shopify works with one-on-one. So you're going to be working with Shopify. We're going to bring in Shopify's guest experts to show you exactly what differentiates the top 1% of Shopify sellers from the rest. What is the difference between a $50 million Shopify store and a $20 million Shopify store, and how can we replicate that success for ourselves? So guys, you're going to have one-on-one access to all of these experts. They're going to be holding your hand and helping you to build your e-commerce empire as well. So guys, here's what you get just to wrap it all together here. You got the step-by-step video training. You're also going to get access to our private coaching community. And our private coaching community here is a great place to get accountability, support, and just the answers that you need. Because guys, we've helped nearly 5,000 entrepreneurs build successful e-commerce brands from scratch. And every single one of those people is in the Facebook group waiting for you right now. It's a very tight-knit community, a very advanced community, and a very helpful community as well. I think you're going to make a lot of friends and get a lot of help in that community. So again, you're getting the step-by-step video training, the private coaching community, that's lifetime access to the private coaching community. On top of that, we're also including our database of swipes and templates. So again, everything from follow-up email sequences to promotional inserts to negotiation email scripts, all sorts of things. We have a huge database of swipe files and templates, just things that we built up over the past 15 years building our own e-commerce businesses. We're going to hand those things over to you so you can really quickly just copy and paste and get on the road to success. So again, you're getting the step-by-step video training, the private coaching community, lifetime access. You're also getting the database of swipes and templates. And on top of all of that, guys, you're also getting 12 weeks of coaching with this program. This is the first time we've done this. 12 weekly coaching and Q&A calls, a huge value here. We're actually going to get together once a week and solve any problems you run into. Because again, I don't think that there's a cookie cutter system to success. Every business is different and every entrepreneur is going to run into their own problems. So we're going to be there to help you every step of the way with these 12 weekly coaching and Q&A calls that you'll get as well. So again, you're getting the step-by-step video training, lifetime access to the private coaching community, all those databases of swipe files and emails. On top of that, you're also getting 12 weeks of live coaching and Q&A webinars, guys. Those are 12 weeks of coaching, which is incredible to me. On top of all that, we also have 9 guest expert bonus calls. So like I said, we're constantly bringing guest experts to talk about things that they know better than we do. So you're literally going to get one-on-one help from the titans of the e-commerce industry, the movers and shakers of the industry. We're going to bring in 9 guest experts to go through one-on-one and help you build your business. So guys, that's the step-by-step video training, the private coaching community, the swipes and the templates, 12 weeks of live coaching and Q&A. You're also going to get 9 guest expert bonus coaching and Q&A webinars. So tons and tons of value here. We also have some bonuses for you guys today. So this is some of the first time we're offering some of these bonuses. So these are just available for this webinar right now. We're also going to throw in our database of exclusive VIP discounts. So guys, we have discounts to over 40 different e-commerce tools and software pieces, things like that. Pretty much, we're pretty well known in the e-commerce industry. So any discount that you want on pretty much any tool, we can really easily go out there and get it for you. And we actually have exclusive discounts on over 40 different e-commerce tools, which means that you literally cannot get these discounts anywhere else. It would be illegal for you to get these discounts anywhere else but being a VIP member of this program. You're also going to get the bonus of our e-commerce conference. Like I said, we just did a 500-person conference at the Ritz-Carlton, brought in all sorts of titans of the industry to show us behind the scenes what's working in their businesses, what's driving the growth, and how can we apply those growth drivers to our own e-commerce businesses. So you're going to get instant access to 16 different videos, over 10 hours of speeches and handouts and case studies and things like that. You'll see everything from the e-commerce conference itself. On top of that, guys, we're throwing in, this is just a huge value right here, so really pay attention to this one. We're actually going to throw in today, and this is the first time we've thrown this in, free guest access pass to this program, okay? So you're literally getting a buy one, get one free deal on this program today. So that literally means that, when you go into this program, you're going to have a free guest access pass to give away to a friend, a family member, a business partner. They're going to get their own login information and their own access to everything you've seen here today. That's essentially a buy one, get one free BOGO deal. So guys, once again, just to wrap it up, you're getting the step-by-step video training, 12 modules. You're also getting lifetime access to the private coaching community, our personal database of swipes and templates and things like that. You're going to get 12 full weeks of live coaching and Q&A. On top of that, you're getting 9 bonus coaching and Q&A webinars from guest experts, the titans of the industry. And then you're also getting access to all those bonuses that we mentioned as well. 40 different exclusive VIP discounts you're going to get instant access to right now. You're also getting instant access to the e-commerce summit videos from the actual conference. And you're also getting that crazy, this might be the only time we offer this, guys, the free BOGO guest access pass. So guys, this is a huge value for you today. We're really throwing in, this is probably our biggest offer ever. We've never done something this valuable, and it's only going to last for the next 24 hours here. On top of all of that, guys, this all comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. And our money-back guarantee works a little bit different than most than you've seen. Again, we're not internet marketers, we're entrepreneurs. So let me explain to you how our 60-day money-back guarantee works. So e-commerce Empire is designed to get you results quicker than any other system out there. It's designed to make you profitable in the first week, successful in the first month, and sellable in the first 12 in that 12-week period. So the fact of the matter is, guys, we actually have a mandatory refund policy. So if you do not see success with this strategy in the first 60 days, we're actually going to request that you get a refund. If you're not having success in this program, I don't want your money, right? So you guys have literally nothing to lose here. We're putting all the risk on us. We're extending our money-back guarantee to a 60-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. And again, if you're not having success in the first 60 days of this program, we're actually going to request that you get a refund because we do not want unsuccessful people in this program. This is a community for successful e-commerce entrepreneurs. So guys, there's literally no risk on you. If you just don't have time, if you just don't like my voice, or if it just doesn't work for you, you have 60 days where we're actually going to ask you to get a refund. So tons of results in this program. I'm just going to breeze right through this. I see in the question box a lot of people are anxious to get into the e-commerce Empire program. I'm just going to breeze through this, guys, because back in the day we used to have to talk about our results, but nowadays our clients have been on Shark Tank. Our clients have been winning the Shopify Build a Business competition. So a lot of people know our clients, and our success kind of speaks for itself. But I will run through these really quickly. Here's Joey Ellington. sales blew up instantly. Oswald Ryan created his product from scratch. Here's Scott Ferguson, $300 a week. Here's David, $2 to $3 grand a month. Here's Joyce Yang with her sample selfie. We always love to see sample selfies because when you get your sample, it's going to be one of the most exciting things in your life. You don't think about it until you get it, but once you get it, oh man, that sample order is awesome. So we'd love to see sample selfies within our community. Here's Daniel Wynn making $3,243 per day. $3,243 per day. Here's Greg Jones, our most successful client from the UK, repacking 390 units. He sells those pretty quickly. Here's some big results. I got tagged in a picture of this back in 2013 when we first started doing these training sessions. I got tagged in this picture. No idea why I got tagged. So I said, awesome ride. Looks like you got all the options and more. And then he responded and said, my eBay and Amazon sales blew up instantly, big time. Now I'm at a standstill again, and I need your help. So Joey Ellington actually just took action on the free training webinar you just saw, and he made enough money to buy his own Mercedes. And then he became a client, and now he's really kicking ass. So I can show you charts all day, guys. Here's 2.8 million, 3.2 million, 44,000, all sorts of fun stuff. Here's some all-star students. Here's Nina Farley making $500 a week. Here's Carter Martins making $1,600 a week. Here's Carter Martins when his product passed into the top 100 Amazon bestsellers. And guys, I know I could show you these pictures all day, but who cares about these pictures? Let's actually jump into the community and see what people are posting right now. So here is the e-commerce empire coaching community. Again, this is live. It's 9:22 p.m. on January 21st, 2016. I'm just going to jump in and let's go ahead and look at what kind of results people are having with this program right now. So again, guys, this is completely live, unscripted. I'm just going to click some of these results that people are having, and let's go ahead and see, how people are liking the program. Cool. All right, so here's a bunch of them, right? And all right, let's jump in. Guys, this is completely unscripted, right? Frank Tang, 1 hour ago, he is actually in China, which is awesome. He said, just hit my second milestone, 10 units a day. I'm not sure if this happened because I posted in this group because I haven't gotten around to optimizing my keywords and listings in the past week, but thanks everyone for the awesome support and advice. Couldn't have done it without you. So 13 sales a day, and he just started last week. Here's Philip. Philip said, hi everyone. I had a pretty good ride with my VR headsets over Christmas. Had to restock about 1 month before. So he is killing it, and this is really long, so I'm not going to read it. But as you can see, Philip making $5,000 a month easily with one product. Here's Paul Carr, just got started last week, already made $67. Here is Zuzana. She said, my first product started to sell, focus on growth and reviews, making $3,000 a week, and she just started $3,000 a month, in her first month. Here's Michael Pinniger, said, what started out as finding a sweet deal on one of my daughter's Christmas gifts turned out to be a lucrative venture in online arbitrage. So made $7,000 in his first month in the program. Here's Matthew LeClaire. He just got started a few months ago, and he's currently doing $2,335 a day. Guys, that is daily if you look at those dates. So he's doing $2,335 a day, and he just started his e-commerce business a couple months ago. Here is Chris, finally broke the 1K a day mark. So this is a day. Instead of going out on Friday night, I'm excited to hustle on this Amazon business. Absolutely. And that's one of the beautiful parts about this community is it's so tight-knit. It's so motivating. It's so much easier to execute on a business model when you see thousands of people having success with the exact same strategy. And that's what's great about the group. Here's Abe here. He said, shout out to the Startup Bros. You guys rock. I'll be my own boss in the near future. Mark my words. Love you guys. We love you too, Abe. He said, here's my December month-to-date sales results. This is with just one product. Imagine the possibilities. So with just one product here, Abe is making nearly $6,000 a month here, and this isn't even a full month. So just killing it there. And here's Ben Fredericks, one of our more successful clients as well. Ben Fredericks started in February, had never sold anything online before in his life, and he followed the strategy step by step, did the action plans, hit the milestones, and look where he got since February, guys. Just since this February, he's going to make he made just over $500,000 in sales in 2015. So in just 10 months, his first 10 months in business, his business is doing over $500,000 in sales per year. So guys, this just goes to show you Ben Fredericks is a medical student. He's in med school. He's doing a residency at an emergency room. and somehow he still finds the time to build a $500,000 business on the side. And yeah, so that's awesome as well. Guys, I could go through all day. There's no shortage of these. As you can see, it just goes on and on and on. Here is Lindsay Hagerman. Lindsay Hagerman posted her sales chart. She did $366,000 this year through this strategy. Here's $100,000. Here's $4,800 a day. Here's $3,900 from someone that's 15 years old. Here's, again, he's 15 years old. In 3 months and 2 days, made $7,500 at 15 years old. Here's another person doing thousands of dollars. So guys, there's tons of these. I could go on all day. One last one I do want to show you before I let you into the e-commerce Empire program is Kevin Schlechtner. And again, Kevin Schlechtner is our most successful client of all time, but this should just show you how far you can take this business model. You know, Kevin Schlechtner here posted this was in like August or something, I think, in July. In July, he was doing $1.2 million a month on Amazon alone, and that's not even half of his sales. So doing way over $40 million a year at this point. Here is one he posted in August just to show us the difference between when he became a client. You know, when he wasn't a client, he was making $45,000 a month. Now he's making $659,000 a month in just 1 year. That was a 1 year difference there. So that's a huge growth curve there. Guys, again, that's not typical results, but that just shows you how far you can take this because there's no limit in how far you can take this, guys. Do you want to be the next GoPro? Do you want to be the next Fitbit? It's the exact same business model. So how much is it going to cost you to build your own e-commerce empire? As you guys know, these e-commerce courses are going for at least $2,000 right now. I've charged $5,000 to teach this one-on-one and just could not keep up. Guys, if you Google import from China, we're the first 4 things that come up. So I quite literally have tens of millions of people coming to me every year trying to figure out how to build their e-commerce business. I absolutely could not keep up with this one-on-one. This cost me much more than $10,000 and thousands of hours to learn. And most of our coaches charge at the very minimum $1,000 an hour. Again, when you're talking about the CTO of Home Shopping Network, the CEO of Rolling Stone, the vice president of Alibaba, these are people that do not do coaching. We have to sacrifice our personal relationships, call in favors, and get them in here for you guys. These are people that would not accept any amount of money for coaching. So yeah, at the very least, $1,000 an hour. And it made one of our clients, Kevin Schlechtner, over $40 million and counting. At this point, he's probably up to about $65 million in sales with this strategy. So how much is this going to cost you? Not $10,000, not $5,000. Not even our usual price of $29.97. Guys, because you've stuck around and stuck with me on this entire live presentation today and really learned the strategy that we're going to execute together over the next 12 weeks, we're actually going to give you a huge live attendee discount here today. So you guys are going to get 50% off of the regular price of e-commerce Empire just for being here on this live call because we've gone through some advanced strategies here and you are already on the road to success. So big discount here for live attendees today. It's going to be 50% off the regular list price for the next 24 hours. So guys, the coupon code to redeem this offer is LIVE50. Okay, LIVE50 is your coupon code. That's going to be available for the next 24 hours. It's going to come with all the bonuses you've seen here today, which is the most bonuses we've ever offered. And it's going to come at 50% off the list price. So guys, just use that LIVE50 coupon code to secure your discount. Right now, go to this page, guys. Go to startupbros.com/empire. We'll also throw that in the question box or the chat box, so you can just click and go there. Just go to startupbros.com/empire, and then just go select your, what you want to do. You have the option between a one-time installment plan and a 5-time installment plan, and then just fill out the info and click the button to build your empire. Just click, yes, I'm ready to build my empire, and we will be off into the races and building them together. So, guys, go ahead and click that link in the chat, or go to startupbros.com/empire. Your 50% off coupon code is LIVE50. Just use LIVE50 to redeem that 50% off coupon code. That's going to be available for 24 hours starting right now. And that all comes with all the bonuses you've seen, lifetime access, and it all comes covered by that 60-day mandatory money-back guarantee. So, guys, that is the show today. You can go ahead and give us a call if you have any questions about this, 866-642-6669. And again, guys, in terms of actually, getting that done, just go to startupbros.com/empire. that's going to pop you over to this page to join the E-commerce Empire program. And again, all you have to do here is fill this stuff out. We don't even ask for address or that. Who needs that? So just name, address, or name and email, and then your coupon code here is live50. Again, this is where you put that coupon code in. Just click apply coupon, and you're actually going to get 50% off whatever package you go with. So you can go with the one-time installment or the installment plan, and you're still going to get 50% off of that total with this offer you're seeing here today. And guys, you can select between credit or PayPal right here as well. And guys, see everything you get, all that fun stuff. And guys, that is the show today. So let's go ahead and jump over to the Q&A, see what people are up to, and have some fun.
All right, nice. Paul says, what do you consider a success in this group?
Success is a successful e-commerce business, a sustainable running e-commerce business, cash flow positive, profit generating e-commerce business. I would assume that if anything, we place very high expectations on ourselves. So really, if anything, our definition of success is probably even higher than yours. We want to see people have sustainable, sellable e-commerce companies by the end of the 12 weeks. So we already have thought about exit strategy. We've already thought about how to build a sellable e-commerce business rather than just a successful one. So yeah, that is what we mean. We want a sustainable, a successful, and a sellable e-commerce business by the end of the 12 weeks.
Chris and Angela want to know how much money they need to get started with this business.
So, this is interesting because we actually talk about, within the training program, we talk about a business model called retail arbitrage. And the reason we talk about it is because retail arbitrage is the type of business where you could just go out tonight and start making money, literally within the next 24 hours. So retail arbitrage is the first business model we teach within this training program. And that's going to help you to really quickly start making money to actually fund your growth because, we want you to self-fund your own growth through sales, right? That's the way good companies grow. So yeah, we actually help you through this strategy get up and running and making money within the first 7 days. So within the first 7 days, if you follow the action plans and hit those milestones, you're going to be profitable in the first 7 days. I would say you need at least $50 to get started with this. That's just for my own well-being though, honestly, because even with just a credit card, you can go out and buy those retail arbitrage products, sell them a few days later, and you're already profitable. So yeah, there's really kind of no minimum, but I would say at least $50 just to have some limit.
And what's the difference between this course, ASM, and Ecom Masters?
Yeah, I'm really not sure, guys. Again, I'm not an internet marketer. I am an entrepreneur. I've been building e-commerce businesses for the past 15 years. I've gotten clients onto Shark Tank, multiple clients. I've gotten clients to win the Shopify Build a Business competition. I've built $40 million e-commerce businesses, sold e-commerce businesses, all sorts of different things. This is going to be very, very different from any internet marketing course out there. This whole thing is about building a sellable company. And, our goal with this program is to build successful e-commerce businesses, obviously. Our goal was never to transform lives, but that's what's happening more and more because, one thing we really hear often now is people coming to us and saying, my God, you completely changed my life because I used to be an internet marketer. I used to just, go from shiny object to shiny object in this constant cycle of spinning my wheels and failure. But once I joined Ecommerce Empire, it allowed me to step out of the internet marketing swamp. It allowed me to become a full, well-rounded, real entrepreneur who, yeah, you can stand up here on your business and, look at the internet marketing industry and try these things out. But now, you're not falling into shiny object syndrome. You're actually an entrepreneur. So yeah, in terms of how is this different from other things, I have no idea because I'm not an internet marketer. So ask them. But I will tell you that I can almost promise you that there's no way in the world you're going to get one-on-one access to the CTO of Home Shopping Network, the CEO of Rolling Stone, the vice president of Alibaba, Noah Kagan. There are some serious celebrity entrepreneurs in this program that you're going to be talking to one-on-one and getting personalized help with in your business. That kind of access is something I've never seen in any training program ever before.
Brandon says, do you have a client in mind that's evolved from doing various products to really private labeling their own company brand platform?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Quite literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands. Yeah, I would say that's like, yeah, I mean, that's the strategy. That is what we recommend. So absolutely, most of our clients do that. If you want to see exact examples, I already talked about a bunch with you. I could show you a bunch of other brands that our clients have started. Guys, yeah. So yeah, we can talk about that more if you want.
Mina says, does this training package include email coaching?
This does not. This does not. You will have the option to add 12 weeks of unlimited one-on-one email coaching as well. But the package you're seeing here with the live 50 coupon code and everything, this is for everything you've seen here today. We do offer one-on-one email coaching, but that is not in this package. You will have the option to add that at a discounted price just for being a member of this program, though.
So Caroline doesn't want to source from China. Can we help her source from other countries?
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty much the exact same process from each and every country out there. You can source your products everywhere from the United States to China to Thailand, Vietnam, pretty much all over the world. Yeah, it's pretty much the same exact process. So yeah, definitely. Our clients are, China is definitely the main source of product for our clients, but yeah, I mean, we have clients importing products from all over the world.
Redone wants help launching his own product successfully. Does this help him start at knowing nothing into being able to launch products successfully?
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's exactly what it was designed for, and it goes further than that. So yeah, I mean, this program is designed to go from zero, I've never sold anything online before in my life, to having a sustainable, quickly growing, rapidly expanding e-commerce business by the end of the 12 weeks. And the big milestones, again, are, and you're starting from zero here, the first week you're going to be profitable, the first month you're going to be successful, and by the end of the 12 weeks, we hope to actually build a sustainable, maybe even sellable e-commerce business with you.
Daniel says, if you were starting over and had $5,000, how much would you use for inventory and how much would you use for marketing?
Again, no matter what amount of money you have, it does not change the growth curve of this business. So it doesn't matter if you have $200 or $200,000, it does not change the growth curve of this business. The growth curve exists outside of that. So again, 5 to 10 units, 25 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 to 250, sky's the limit. That is your growth curve.
And Emin says, oh, I'm sorry, that was the wrong thing. Donald says, I can't afford the training package and need to start with retail arbitrage. Can you give me a list of things I need to get started?
Yeah, with retail arbitrage, maybe at some point in the future we'll start doing some free training webinars on retail arbitrage as well. Retail arbitrage is extremely simple, Donald. All you want to do, it's extremely simple, Donald. All you need to do is download the app on your phone to do it and go start scanning things, looking for price differences. When you find those price differences, you buy the product, you take the old label off, put the new label on, send it into Amazon FBA, and wait for it to sell, and then you're making money. That's retail arbitrage in a nutshell. Again, the first training module of this program actually goes through retail arbitrage, with the first milestone being making your first dollar with retail arbitrage. The really interesting thing is, over the past 15 years building my own e-commerce businesses, I've met a lot of friends that are doing similar things, and every single e-commerce seller I know that does over $10 million a year in sales, they actually started with retail arbitrage. Every single one, 100% of them. So that's one of the reasons we built this into the training program, is because that is going to maximize your chances of success at the end of the 12 weeks. That is the we've optimized this entire training program around our client success rates, and we found that people that go through dropshipping first are about 60% more likely to be successful at the end of the program.
Woody says, when does the class begin?
The class has already begun. We just did our kickoff call actually on Tuesday, just 2 days ago, and that was our welcome call. So the actual training is going to be released on this upcoming Tuesday. That's when we're going to release the first training module. But yeah, our clients are already up and running, making money with retail arbitrage right now.
Daniel says, do you have a live event?
We do. We have multiple live events. We will be in China with a bunch of clients in April, and then in September we'll be doing our e-commerce summit, which is one of the biggest conferences in the e-commerce industry, and that this time is probably going to be anywhere from 500 to 750, 800 people.
And this is my final question here. If anybody else, if you have a question that hasn't been answered yet, be sure to get it in the question box. Jay says, is China the only place I can import from?
Absolutely not. You can import from any place in the world. The only place you would have trouble with would be places like North Korea and Iraq maybe. Those are really the only places you would have trouble with.
And Will, I believe they earned themselves another giveaway, a Kindle.
Oh yeah, definitely. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. I believe you guys did. I'll actually go check on that right now. We'll see how many shares these guys are up to. But yeah, I definitely agree. They did win a Kindle at the very least.
91.
91. So if these guys get 9 more shares here, we're looking at an Apple Watch. Guys, 9 more shares there.
Good on you, people. Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here too. All right, guys, so this is going to be our giveaway question for the Kindle Paperwhite. So again, whoever gets this question correct is going to win themselves a free Kindle Paperwhite. Kyle, what do you think? What's your favorite number today?
2.
2.
How about it?
Chris agreed. That's awesome.
Oh man, that's impressive, Chris.
Yeah, very impressive. Okay, guys, like I wonder if Chris was answering like that was the giveaway question. Because he won it then. Okay, guys, so here's your giveaway question for today. This is for the Kindle Paperwhite. So the second person to get this correctly is going to win themselves a free Kindle Paperwhite. Here it is, guys. Here is your question. Get your mouse and keyboard ready. When is the first weekly VIP session? And this is a tough one. I think we only mentioned this once. So yeah, guys, go ahead and when is the first weekly VIP session? These are the group coaching sessions. So
need a time and date. Pam said this week.
That is correct, Pam, but is not the date and the time. And it looks like we have one correct here. Let's see if we can get a second here. When is that first weekly VIP session? All right. And guys, I think we have a winner here. Kyle, I'm seeing Jay Kim win that.
That's it. That's who I'm seeing too.
All right. So Jay Kim is the winner there. And guys, this was kind of a trick question, so you really had to be paying attention to win this Kindle here. And clearly Jay Kim was. Our first weekly VIP session was actually on last Tuesday. We just mentioned it, right? So it was last Tuesday, the 19th. At 7 p.m. Eastern. So that was the answer there. And congratulations to Jay Kim getting that one correctly and winning himself a free Kindle Paperwhite. Congratulations, Jay. Okay, guys, so I'm going to give you guys some time, see if we can hit another one of those giveaways. And I guess we'll try to stick around for a few more minutes here so you guys can maybe hit that Apple Watch giveaway. And yeah, if you have any other further questions about the program or even any of our e-commerce businesses, pretty much anything you guys want to know about, let's take advantage of our time together here.
All right, yeah, we got one more question here from Youll. She says, I lost my job and I'm not able to buy this today. Can I get an extension?
So unfortunately, this offer right here is just a little bit better than any offer we've given out before. So this one's going to be available for 24 hours, but we will have other opportunities to get into this program over the next week or two. Within a week or two, we're going to close down this entire program and just focus on the 12-week journey with our clients. But you should have at least, another week or so to get in. The only difference is, the offer will be a little bit different.
All right. Daniel says, what's your take on selling on Jet.com and skipping Amazon?
I think that's a really bad idea. Not to be harsh or anything, Daniel. Interestingly enough, we're actually, Kevin Schleckner, our most successful client of all time, his uncle is actually the CEO of Jet. So we're pretty familiar with Jet and what's going on in the back end there. And we even got priority access for our clients to start selling on Jet. The thing is that we just haven't seen very exciting results from Jet yet. So right now I would focus on Amazon. If Jet.com does become a big player in the market, especially for small e-commerce sellers like ourselves, then we will definitely build that into our strategy. But for now, I think it's it's good for big brands, the people that those markets that you don't want to compete with. That's who it's good for. Buying toothpaste, buying toilet paper. But yeah, I think Amazon's still the best for small e-commerce sellers like ourselves.
S says, what are your thoughts on drop shipping?
I think drop shipping is pretty much a dead business model. I know a few people that make money with it, but yeah, in general, I think it's a dead business model. The thing is, drop shipping, for anyone who doesn't know what it is, drop shipping is basically, I have a product and I have a warehouse and I have all this inventory. So if you sell my product, I'll ship out the product with your name on it from my warehouse, right? That's drop shipping. Fulfillment centers have completely destroyed any competitive advantage that drop shipping has, because if you're drop shipping and I'm just buying in bulk and putting it in a fulfillment center, I don't have to deal with my shipping or my inventory. So I have all the advantages of a drop shipper, but I'm also getting bulk pricing discounts. So there's quite literally no way that any drop shipper can compete with someone using a fulfillment center at this point.
Mina says, I just looked at the training link and I couldn't see an option for email coaching. Where can he get that, or should we just follow up with him on email?
So you should, after you get into the program, you'll have that opportunity to add the unlimited one-on-one email coaching. That's not something that we like to, advertise to the public much. So, once you're in e-commerce empire, then you'll have that ability to get the unlimited one-on-one email coaching as well.
And Mark says, does this offer include access to your suppliers and shippers?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, you're actually going to get pretty much instant access to our entire supply chain, as well as most of our guest expert supply chains as well. So yeah, you're absolutely going to get that. Mark, the only thing I'll mention there, just in full transparency, we do have a few suppliers for our e-commerce company that we are the exclusive North American distributor for. But yeah, most of our supply chain you'll just be able to pick up and run with it and create yourself. Pretty much just copy our supply chain.
Now, this is our final question again, so if anybody has any other questions, curious about anything with the program, please put it in the question box and we will get to it ASAP. Garnett says, what are currently selling on your e-commerce platforms?
Yeah, so we sell, honestly, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of products. Our main products you can check out here at organicsalonsystems.com. Again, we're the largest North American distributor of professional organic salon products. And you can see just a few of our brands here. We currently have 10 different brands, about 300 different products. We have 6 private label brands and 4 brands that we import and distribute exclusively in North America. So you can check out those brands there. This brand like Momentum right here, this is our latest brand. We pretty much just threw this together over the weekend. So once you really figure this stuff out, it's incredibly simple to create a product like this. This shouldn't take you longer than a weekend to put together. So yeah, I mean that's our main products. Another thing we do with this business is, most people when they sign up for instance, Oway right here, they have to go with packages instead of, they can't do one by one. They have to get a kind of introduction package for new customers. So our clients are all, salon owners and things like that. So we actually buy back their old hair color lines and their old products that they were selling, and then we resell those on Amazon and eBay. So yeah, quite literally tens of thousands of different products selling out of our warehouse at any given time.
Daniel says, when did StartupBros officially start?
We set up the website in 2012 and started blogging on it, and then we started really running it as a business in April 2014, Daniel.
Yeah, it took us a while.
Yeah, again, this was just a personal blog at first, and just blew up. Again, I think that number one blog post I showed you on how to launch an e-commerce brand, I think that has over 15 million people have read it now. So yeah, kind of unintentionally, accidentally wrote the book on how to build these businesses.
I really like this question from Paul. He says, what is the most important thing that we are not asking?
I think the most important thing you're not asking is probably, how can I get started tonight? Because that's the number one thing. With all of our businesses, we always tell, all of our staff members, anyone that we're working with, you always have to work into your inspiration, right? And the fact that you guys are still on this call here today after, 2.5 hours or so, it shows me that you like this business model. This might be it for you. I think it would be a real shame to see people, not take advantage of this opportunity and not at least give it a try and see if this is the business model for them, because there's never been a better time to try it. So I think the most important thing that nobody's asked yet is, what's the first thing I should do? What should I do right now to take advantage of this motivation and this inspiration I have? Because there's going to be days you wake up and you don't want to work at all. That happens to everyone. So when you are inspired, when you are motivated, when you are pumped up, you got to work into that inspiration and take advantage of it. So yeah, I think the most important thing you're not asking is, how do I get started tonight? And the answer to that would be, once you get into the program, you're actually going to get an email right away with your email and login information and everything to our members area. So this is the actual training dashboard for you, and you can see all the, everything you need here. Here's the entire calendar of the training program over the next 12 weeks. Got all the different courses that you get registered for with all those bonuses. But the first thing I would do is, jump in and take a look at the first welcome module for this, because just jumping in and getting started, it's so important to work into your motivation, your inspiration. So go ahead and jump in, watch the welcome videos, and especially watch the E-commerce Empire Kickstart call. This is our kickoff call. So this is kind of the welcome call, explaining everything and also going through how you can get started the fastest way possible. We go over retail arbitrage as well as the entire strategy of E-commerce Empire in here. So yeah, I mean, that's the first thing I would do, and just go through and start marking these things as complete, because on Tuesday we're going to be releasing our first training module, and our training is very in-depth. So I mean, get ready for that training module that's coming out, and of course hit your action items. Again, every module of this training program has action items, so you want to hit those action items and then confirm that you're actually, have hit your action items and your milestones with these milestone checklists here. So yeah, I mean, that's the first thing I would do, is just jump in, get started, introduce yourself to the community, things like that, and just become a part of the family, because on Tuesday the first training module comes up, and we're gonna go down this path together as a group.
Ryan says, I'm already an individual business owner with Amway. I have access to all this stuff already, so what options do I have?
Yeah, I mean, you have to leverage every opportunity you have. So, for instance, like one of the first things we talk about in E-commerce Empire is retail arbitrage. And in there, you got to take advantage of every relationship you have. For instance, Kyle's sister works at Reebok, And so because of that, Kyle gets 50% off on all Reebok and Adidas goods. So that is like a huge opportunity, right? You just buy stuff from Adidas and resell it at full price. So that's easy, right? And that's just leveraging a relationship. So Ryan, it sounds like you might have the potential to do the same thing, leverage your existing relationships and connections and see if, you can use those relationships, leverage them to create more growth in your e-commerce business.
Anthony says, I asked this question before but require more detail, please. I'm Australian, I'm living in Guatemala now, and I'm in the wrong geolocation, make a profit through selling in, am I in the wrong geolocation to profit through selling on e-commerce?
There's no wrong geolocation because, again, guys, it's very simple. I'll actually draw this out for you because this is a very common question. It's a very simple answer. So guys, all we're doing is setting up a supply chain, right? So our supplier is going to ship to our fulfillment center, and they're going to ship it to the customer. So that's our supply chain, right? You're not in the supply chain, right? So after you set up your supply chain, you can be wherever you want in the world. It doesn't matter if you're, over here, over here, over here. It doesn't matter if you're on the moon, if you're in Antarctica, if you're, on Pluto. It really doesn't matter where you're at in the world because all you're doing is setting up a supply chain, and that supply chain is going to work independently of you no matter where you're at in the world. So yeah, I mean, we have successful clients in both Australia and Guatemala right now. Absolutely not a limiting factor.
Mark says, how many hours of training are provided weekly or month or in total?
So each week you're getting a new training module that's going to take you step by step through all of the training concepts of that week and also give you an action checklist and a milestone. So as long as you're taking action on those action items and hitting your milestones, you're going to be successful by the end of the program. That's how we built it. We've optimized this whole thing after seeing, nearly 5,000 of our clients go through it. We know what makes clients successful, and we've built that into the training program. In terms of how much time is required, I think you need about 5 to 10 hours a week. If you can put 5 to 10 hours a week in, that will give you the time to go through the training materials and take action on what you're learning. Because you have to take action on what you're learning to and execute that action list we give you to actually have success with this. So 5 to 10 hours a week is the absolute minimum. Our most successful clients, I would say, usually put in anywhere from 5 to 20 hours a week. So anything over that isn't going to affect it too much. But yeah, I would say that's the amount of time to put in.
Daniel says, I'm having a hard time ranking my product for the main keyword. What do you recommend? Will this course cover that? And if so, will you give me a tidbit?
Yeah, absolutely. Daniel, it's tough to say why you're not ranking your keyword without looking at it at all. There's many different variables in that. We actually have an entire training module just on Amazon rankings. Daniel, if you want a tidbit, you can also get a really big tidbit just by Googling StartupBros Amazon, and you should come up with a few different blog posts on how the Amazon searching algorithm works and how to manipulate it. And that's what I would recommend.
And that was, one more question here. So if anybody has any other questions, throw them in the question box. Paul says, when you do a sample order, do you take possession of it or do you send it to the fulfillment center?
For samples, you definitely want to take possession of it. You don't want to trust the fulfillment center with your samples because if the sample's not good, they're just going to sell it anyways, right? So the sample order you want to do yourself. On your second, third order, you're going to start using a fulfillment center.
And here we go. Mac says, I have a full-time job. Are the training modules live events that I'll need to miss work for, or are all live events recorded for later viewing?
So we do have live events. Like I said, we have one coming up in April and another one in September. You guys will have the opportunity to join us at those events, and you guys will actually get anyone in the e-commerce empire program actually gets a huge discount on all of our live events. But this training program itself is mostly done through those group, those weekly live coaching and Q&A calls. So those aren't live events; those are all going to be online. So you'll be able to just easily log on and start talking to us, and it's going to be really easily for you to get that one-on-one help in your business. And then yeah, like you said, who was it, Mac? Like you said, Mac, you're actually going to get all the replays of those weekly coaching calls. You're going to get all those replays, and we usually have those up in the members area within an hour or two of the call actually happening. So yeah, a lot of our most successful students, because their businesses are so successful, they don't even come on the group coaching calls anymore, the weekly calls. They just watch the replays, and they get all the value they need out of that. So yeah, you will have lifetime access to all those recordings as well as the program itself and all the bonuses. So you'll be able to come back at any point in the future and apply this stuff to your business.
Rachel says, how do you find a fulfillment center?
Honestly, just Google. Yeah, that's been the way I've found every fulfillment center I've ever used, Rachel, is just Google, or personal connections, and just kind of like word of mouth. And most of the people in our program tend to use FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon, Amazon's fulfillment centers. That's typically the most popular. Some other popular ones, Shipwire is also a really popular one. But yeah, there's a bunch out there.
And this is our new final question, unless somebody throws it in the question box real quick. Mark says, what happens when faulty or damaged products that arrive at a prep center or Amazon?
If it arrives at a prep center, and prep centers are getting a little into like module 3 here, but yeah, if it goes to your prep center, they're going to stop it there. I mean, that's the purpose of a prep center, right? So they'll help you with that. If a faulty or damaged product goes to Amazon, they're just going to deny it and send it back or just throw it away. So yeah, obviously those are all things that are easily avoidable, and obviously things that are covered in the training program.
And that is, oh, here we go. Brandon's got one. He says, what are the typical costs for fulfillment centers? Is it advantageous to use one despite having a similar, SAML quality of product? I'm sure they want to make it cheaper to use their center the more product you have. Oh, so Brandon wants to know if it's super expensive if you're using just small amounts of products.
With Fulfillment by Amazon, they're not going to penalize you for being a small business too much. That's one of the great things about Amazon. So I'll actually paste to you in the question box here, if I can find it. I'll actually paste to you the fees area of Amazon FBA. Here you can see both the fees on typical Amazon orders, also multi-channel fulfillment. Most people don't know this, but you can use Amazon's fulfillment centers to send out eBay orders or orders from your own online store, e-commerce store. So that's multi-channel fulfillment, and then you can also preview your fees right here. So that's their fee calculator is going to be able to calculate that better than I would.
Daniel says, what tips do you have for staying productive during the Chinese New Year while the factory is shut down?
I mean, the Chinese New Year shouldn't affect your productivity too much. It should really only affect China's. So yeah, I mean, I would say, yeah, in terms of staying productive, I mean, just keep on working. You definitely don't need your supplier to grow your business. So yeah. I don't know if that was the best answer, Daniel. If you have like a specific thing that is tripping you up with the Chinese New Year, I could probably help you a little bit more. But in general, I mean, just keep kicking ass. I mean, definitely don't let the fact that another country's having a holiday, don't let that impede your business and your productivity. Just keep chipping away, and I always say there's an unlimited amount of things to work on in any business. So just find the next best priority.
And here is our new final question from Rachel. She says, when weeding out suppliers, is it better to pick a supplier that requires a lower MOQ, or does it matter?
It really doesn't matter that much. Rachel, you'll see pretty quickly that the MOQs that people list on Alibaba tend to be a request or like a best wish sort of thing, wishful thinking. Very rarely have I seen any supplier actually stick to those MOQs. You have to remember that the internet is far less mature in China. So a lot of times they just kind of type things in and run with it forever. So the best thing to do is to actually reach out to these suppliers and just ask them personally and have that conversation with them and see based on that, which supplier you want to go with.
And here's Daniel again. Daniel's got us a nice steady drip of questions here. Thank you, Daniel. He says, do you prefer Terapeak over Jungle Scout?
Jungle Scout is pretty cool. We're actually pretty good friends with the creator of Jungle Scout, so we're actually working with the creator of Jungle Scout right now to build in some really necessary features for new e-commerce sellers. So I think Jungle Scout is very close to being better than Terapeak, and I think some of the changes that they're working on right now are going to finally get them over Terapeak. But at the same time, you have to remember that Amazon research is much easier to do than eBay research because Terapeak is the only company in the world that has access to eBay sales data. And another thing to think about is we're selling e-commerce products. You guys are not Amazon sellers. You guys are e-commerce entrepreneurs. To box yourself into Amazon would be to ignore growth opportunities for your company. So I like Terapeak because it gives me a good view of the entire e-commerce market. I can see how a product's doing on Amazon and also how it's doing on eBay, and that gives me a better understanding of the product's overall position in the economy. So that's why I like Terapeak a little bit more. Terapeak also gives you sell-through ratio, which you cannot get with Amazon in any way, shape, or form. I love sell-through ratio because it shows you how close your product is to product maturity. And for anyone who doesn't know what that is, I will show you right now what that is. So you want to, the big thing right now is going for, and it's because all the internet marketers in the world are, jumping on this. Everyone that was an SEO guy last month all of a sudden is, an e-commerce guy. And when internet marketers invade a market, they need to simplify it down to the dumbest level possible. So what's happening right now is a lot of people are obsessed with this BSR number, bestseller rank. Bestseller rank is going to get you products that are right here at the very tippy top of maturity and right before they start to go into decline. Our clients get products in the middle of the growth phase, so they experience explosive growth with their business, and then we help them to gain market share and dominate the competition so that when their products do hit maturity, they are the leaders of the market and they stay steady while everyone else declines. So again, that is why I like sell-through ratio. Sell-through ratio is going to help you hit things in the growth curve still. A high bestseller ranking only tells you that the product is mature.
And our new final question from Daniel. He says, what are your thoughts on selling on Amazon Europe and Japan?
Yep, definitely. I think you should start and this is actually what our strategy does for our clients. I think you should start selling in the United States, and when you have your business up and running, basically just copy it in Europe first, and then every international marketplace as time goes on.
Excellent.
And Daniel, we actually have module, I think it's module 10 or module 11 in e-commerce Empire, is actually solely focused on international expansion. Because once you get to a certain point, you can literally double or triple your sales overnight by expanding onto Amazon's international platform. So we do help you do that.
Now, Brandon says, when do you start to anticipate the need to bring in help and start building a team? I'm sure there's a point where the business gets too big to run by yourself. Man, we're getting some advanced questions tonight.
Yes. I'm not sure if Brandon's talking about us or him, so I guess I'll answer both.
I think him, yeah. When
So,
does he know he needs to start expanding that
okay, yeah, him.
team?
Man, I was all excited because I was going to show you our whole team, Brandon. So here's our team. Here's again, one of the great parts about this program is that it's not just some internet marketer. This is an entire team of not only our in-house team that actually produces all the content, our in-house support team, our event team, everything like that. We also bring in, multi-million-dollar e-commerce entrepreneurs to do the coaching as well. So that's fun. But yeah, to answer Brandon's question, yeah, when do you start to anticipate the need to bring in help and start building a team? I'm sure there's a point when the business gets too big to run by yourself. The right time to bring in the team, Brandon, is honestly when you're about to pull your hair out because you have so much other stuff to do. Any time you don't do it in that situation, you're going to be spending more time just trying to figure out what to make this new team member do, rather than actually having it, enhance your productivity. So yeah, I mean, truly and honestly, Brandon, you can't outsource anything until you master it and optimize it yourself. Once you master a task and start to optimize it and have that kind of full understanding of it, that's a good time to outsource it. And again, I think most companies hire too fast rather than too slow. It's pretty rare to see a company hire too slow. Hiring too fast is much more common. So I think you should wait as long as you possibly can, do as much with the current team as you can, and at a certain point when there's just too much to do, where there's too much opportunity, and you just need that extra help, that's when to do it. And yes, Brandon said that makes sense. Thanks. Yeah, glad it made sense. So cool. Okay, cool. Well, any other questions, guys?
It looks like that was our final one so far.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll give it another couple of seconds here. Make sure there's no further questions. I'm sure there's at least 20 people right now trying to think of a question. Cool. All right. Well, no questions, guys. So I guess we'll wrap it up then. Not seeing any questions here. So, guys, that will be it then. Guys, you have everything you need here to build your e-commerce business. Not only did you get the entire strategy you need right now, but you also have all the materials here that you need to get in and actually do this with us over the next 12 weeks. So, guys, just head to startupbros.com/empire. Again, just use the 50% off coupon code LIVE50. That's going to be available for the next 24 hours after we get off of this webinar. Again, just go to startupbros.com/empire. Everything you have, everything you're getting should be right here on the sidebar. You got the chat box if you need to talk to us. You also got our phone number here, 866-642-6669. Our support team is standing by, ready to take your call if you have any questions or anything. Guys, all the things you've seen here today come with this 60-day mandatory money-back guarantee. If you're not having success with this program within the first 60 days, we will actually ask that you get a refund. So, guys, that is the program. That is the show today. We have a few more questions that came in. I'll go ahead and answer those questions via text. I'll just type back to you guys since we're wrapping up here. Guys, everything you need is right there for you. I will see you guys on the other side, and congratulations to everyone who's taking the step up to the next level, really committed to building a better life for themselves and a business for themselves. Guys, I really look forward to taking this next 12-week journey with you. I think you're going to be absolutely blown away by how much transformative power is in this e-commerce empire training program. I think it's going to be unlike anything you've ever seen before, and I'm excited to show you guys it and go through the journey with you. So, guys, look forward to that. If you haven't jumped in the e-commerce empire program, why not? I'm just kidding. Even if you guys aren't jumping in though, guys, don't fall into shiny object syndrome. Don't fall into the cycle of failure. Don't go on another webinar. Don't go read another blog post. I just gave you every piece of the puzzle that built several $100 million businesses. So go out there and take action on this stuff, guys. Build a business for yourself, change your life, and change the world through your business. Guys, that's the show today. Thanks again for being here. I love you all, and like I said, I'll make sure to type responses to any of our additional questions. So, guys, thanks again for being here. Thanks again for spending the night with me. I hope you guys got a ton of value out of today's presentation. And once again, all the information you need is right here. That coupon code will work for the next 24 hours. Awesome stuff. All right, guys. Much love to everyone. I always hate saying goodbye, but I have to. So, all right. Goodbye, guys. Much love to you all.